how are we doing today, Zun? How is your weekend so far?
Yeah, I can't complain, man. It's been pretty good. I've been a lot more busy than usual. I'm casting like 5 days a week at the moment, but it's good to stay busy, as you know.
Yeah, it's true. You got ASL going, you got IPSL. You're still doing a little bit of BSL too, right?
Yeah, I'm not doing the early stages of BSL because I'm doing the IPSL. There's too much
Oh,
crossover, but I'll be doing some of the later rounds probably. And
nice.
also, KCM's just started again, so
Oh
that's in
God,
my weekly
yeah,
rotation.
yeah. So you're just a busy bee. What was it? Too much StarCraft?
I don't think you can ever have too much StarCraft on. I'm loving it.
Yeah, it sounds like a fun life, man. Just cast 4 or 5 days a week, chill out. Honestly, couldn't complain about that.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I can't complain, man. We're all blessed in our own way, and I'm certainly blessed in that regard.
Yeah. Well, speaking of blessed, we have a very fun group today. It's gonna be a great one to
Mm.
watch, I think.
Yeah, I'm liking the looks of this. I know kind of all of these guys, but I do have a bit of a personal bias, more leaning towards WolFix and Razz. WolFix
Caster
is a
bias
pretty
fired.
well, WolFix and I used to spend like hours upon hours just discussing StarCraft strategy and talking about the game in depth a lot together. I've casted the BSL with Raz a fair bit as well. So yeah, those two guys in particular, I've got a little bit of a soft spot for.
Oh yeah, Rez is a great caster, and WolFix is an incredible person to talk to if you're trying to learn something or curious about something. His YouTube is
Yeah,
also a great resource for Terrans to learn.
right. Yeah, WolFix is a very cerebral guy. He doesn't practice a lot. One thing I'll say, so that could be a factor today. He's a clear favorite in the group. However, very likely he's played hardly any games recently in preparation for this. I used to have to nag him to do like a few minute warm up on a 1A, 2A, 3A map in the past. I'm not quite sure what his level of preparation is for this round of the IPSL, but I hope it's more than nothing, which it could be.
He laddered for like 10 minutes and played a Protoss, and that's about all he needs, right?
That's more than I usually do, so I hope he has at least done that.
He
Yeah,
sat there
he's
and he read over his little flashcards. Like, all right, if they go this, do this. All right, next one. All right, if they do that, next one.
yeah, I hope he does perform well today. He's a real smart guy. His execution does tend to leave a little bit for something to be desired.
Yeah.
His APM is slightly on the lower side for a Terran, but yeah, he's a really strong S rank player, and he's very capable. When he's on a good day, he can beat just about anyone.
Are you saying that he needs to play Protoss with his lower APM?
No, I think he's very effective with his APM. He's just not a very fast guy.
He's got a high
Terran
EAPM, right?
yeah. Which is the most important thing, let's be honest. But in Terran versus Protoss, he's pretty good as well. So I don't think he's going to have too much trouble in this group. I think it's maybe his best matchup out of all three. I don't know about recent times, but that's how I remember him being. I hope it's still something like that because he's going
Yeah.
to need it with all three of these guys.
Yeah, and he's kind of lucky in that way where he just needs to know how to beat Protoss and he's out of the group. Versus
Right,
these guys have
right.
to practice two matchups in other groups where you have all three races and you have to practice everything,
True.
right?
Very true on. And yeah, we got Octagon as well for our match 1 and 2. And, that's a pretty damn good map for Terran versus Protoss, one of the better ones.
Yeah.
Curious to see uh, what strategies will be utilized by these two. nOmaD could get a little bit cheesy here. We'll have to see.
DTs and the carriers. Do we put money on it now or
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what strategy nOmaD will go for against WolFix. I guess we'll have to find out. We're just waiting for confirmation for both players to be ready now.
Yep. I I wonder if nOmad's looking at the map going, all right, what do I do here? Do I carriers or do I carriers?
Is how do I go into carriers? Yeah, usually Reaver into carriers is the most traditional thing, but we'll see. We're starting right now, guys. Match number 1 in IPSL, round of 24, Group C, WolFix versus nOmaD on Octagon. And spawning down here in the bottom right. As Protoss, it's going to be nOmaD. And his opponent in the top left on Terran, WolFix.
Cross map, Nexus first.
That'd be a good start. Yeah, for sure.
Not to spoil ASL, but it's a very ASL style build to do.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that's one of the reasons why players like Sharp love to throw in that 11 gas a lot, you know, getting that earlier factory online, have the possibility of getting that vulture into their natural just before the Dragoons are down the ramp and what have you. Good way of punishing it without committing SCVs.
Yeah. If there's any one Terran who knows its factory timings too, it's definitely this man up here, WolFix.
Yeah. As long as he's not completely rusted out of his mind, he should be hitting his timings pretty on point. You got if it's a 12 gas, you know, you're hitting like a 229 factory. If it's 11 gas, you can hit around 222-ish, depending on how good you are.
Or 10 gate. Unfortunate with the cross map.
Yeah, he's the one time you'd rather be greedy is the one time he's going to be aggressive. So yeah, not going to get a lot done with this pressure play, I would say. Very hard to punish a Terran cross map.
Yeah, he's going to come in here. I wonder if he's going to do an end scout here, just trying to find the close spawns, or if he's going to do the traditional corners.
I would say most likely. It makes a lot more sense to do that. If you're going to be putting a gateway in the natural, yeah, you just want to confirm, are they close? And if they are close, which spawn it is. Seems like it was a 12 gas here from WolFix, so he's playing super stock standard himself. Scouting out now on the map with an SCV, and nOmaD's actually not going to be doing the scout like that. He's going to go straight to the top left, so he will find WolFix relatively quick.
Yeah, and the unfortunate news of Octagon takes 3 hours to cross, and I went 10 gate.
It's a pretty big map, man. Yeah, that's for sure. And he's going to find WolFix right as the Zealot's starting to make his way onto the map as well, so won't have any lost movement time on that. Should be able to get up in here, but actually WolFix's factory is pretty late with the probe coming in at that time. Like this factory is 11 seconds late.
Wow, yeah, that's wild. For a man who's built a reputation for knowing timings.
Well, this is the funny thing about it. Like, WolFix knows everything, kind of, but actually executing it is another question entirely. Like I said, he just doesn't practice a lot, so it wouldn't surprise me if he's like hardly ever prepared for this group at all.
That's like I say, conceptually that's rank. I know everything and how it's supposed to go. Doing it, that's just a different manner.
The factory's a little bit far away from the Sim City as well, so nOmaD can put on some pressure onto this SCV. And since it is 11 seconds late, there's a good chance of something happening for nOmaD here. But it seems like WolFix has got it under control, trying to get an execution on the SCV. And despite being able to kill it, does manage to finish up that factory. Second Zealot, though, making its way in to the northern side of the base to maybe get some harassment done. Looks like he's going to pull it back, though.
Yeah. You don't want to just donate free units at this point in the game.
Yeah, usually not. Ooh. Ideally doesn't want to lose any of these Marines either. Yeah, there's another Zealot about to join. SCV to block.
Yeah.
But not doing the greatest job. He's actually killing a decent amount of Marines. This isn't a terrible compensation for the investment here from nOmaD.
Yeah. I wonder how much he's going to look into this and see.
Whoa. He's pulling the boys like it's a Nexus first, despite it not being a Nexus first.
Right. We're just
WolFix is like, maybe I can just punish you anyway. I'm not so sure about this, but we'll see if it works. Oh, this is so weird.
Yeah, he's got no army units now, so it's just like 8 SCVs going across the map. What is happening, WolFix?
I don't even know what to make of it, man. He's certainly not playing like any other Terran on the planet would right now. This is really bizarre.
Brother.
Making a bunker at the gateway. I guess this bunker will get up with how many SCVs are here. If he can block the Dragoon from getting inside anywhere safe, and he gets us surrounded it. nOmaD lets him surround it. Oh my god. Hang on a minute. Is WolFix gonna win anyway? Just because nOmaD just didn't expect this maneuver from WolFix, and he's completely blindsided and doesn't know how to react to this.
Oh, we have more SCVs on the ramp. No.
Oh my god, this game is crazy. And this Dragoon could get bullied into this corner if he wraps around the other side of an SCV. So far, there's a little bit of wiggle room to get this Dragoon out still, but not for long. SCV starting to box it in now. Probes coming off the line. What is even happening on?
Dude, this is how you start a day. This is the greatest start to a group maybe ever.
This is so wild. He's basically doing a Nexus first counter, and it's not even a Nexus first. This is so bizarre, and it's actually working. He's killing the Dragoons. Oh my god. Okay, there's two more gateways in the main. He has a shield battery in case WolFix wants to get hyper aggressive here. So this game isn't over yet, you know? Like he's taken over the natural of nOmaD, but with the shield battery inside that main base, nOmaD should be able to hang on.
Yeah, I don't think we could actually kill nOmaD here, but the amount of pure damage we've done, yeah, there's still a decent SCV count at home too.
This is a really bizarre game one, man. I don't know if like WolFix was just expecting the Nexus first and was like, we're gonna play like it's Nexus first either way.
He just decided that he thinks he's better than nOmaD and is gonna have some fun.
I mean, that or he's got like his dinner getting cold and he's trying to hurry this up or something. I guess anything's possible in WolFix as well.
And I mean, who are we to judge if it works, you know?
Yeah, well, the game's not over, but he's in advantage, right? Like he's got his
100%.
CC on the way before the Protoss has got their Nexus down. Looks like he's trying to throw it down now.
He's tempted.
Yeah, he's optimizing for unit production at the moment just because he's a little bit worried about this aggression. He probably could have just plopped that down right away.
Yeah, but there's also a non-zero chance that there's two tanks rolling down right now, right?
I guess so, yeah. It's definitely possible, but WolFix only just recently made that machine shop. He's been just producing vultures for a while and kind of chilling back at home to make this CC and delayed making that machine shop for quite some time. So yeah, there's nothing on the way. We have a Citadel here from nOmaD. Is that a Templar Archives? Ooh, we could be seeing like a DT drop or something as a continuation play.
The DT follow-up here would be really good because we're probably only get one turret up front to start, but
yeah. But even if there is a turret in the front and the main, you know, you can just run in with the Dragoons to bust the turret down, and then the DTs have kind of free reign. Oh, eats a mine, I think. Oh, there's another mine in front. Oh.
Yeah, it's a little painful. Now we don't really have enough to actually win this.
Yeah, he can't really afford to donate too many units to WolFix here, but there's a chance if he... Ooh, that's a pretty brutal mine connection. Oh my god. This is not nOmaD's day. Yeah, he's lost a lot. Very little investment here from WolFix, but there is a chance that something like a DT drop could do crazy amounts of damage if WolFix is not expecting it. So let's see. It still could turn around for nOmaD here.
It's not over as long as you're playing Protoss.
Pretty much, yeah. It's what's that saying in StarCraft 2? Like when behind Dark Shrine. It's kind of like we don't have a rhyme for it in Brood War, but you know, basically that same thing applies. You know, we're behind. We're gonna make some invisible men and maybe load them into a shuttle and dump them inside the Terran's main base and hope for the best.
DTs are never a bad idea. The long and short of it, no matter what StarCraft you're playing, if they're invisible, they're good.
Seems so. Yeah, and there's the shuttle. So it is going to be the DT drop into the main base of WolFix, and let's see if he's prepared for it. He has kind of got vision around the base of nOmaD right now. It would be great for him if he can spot the shuttle, making his way. Oh, it's going to be 4 DTs. This is a pretty strong drop. Oh, it's just barely going to be missed by the Marines. Oh, they're on patrol. They're going to see it. They're going to see it on.
Yeah, and they'll take a few pot shots at it. Wait. WolFix never
paying attention.
He never flicked his camera down there. There's a non-zero chance that he totally just missed that.
It is very possible. Yeah, he does scan the main base, and it looks kind of like looks like 2 base arbiter tech, right? Is what he's maybe going to be thinking. He might not be anticipating the shuttle coming in, but surely he does know some things here. He has got the turrets set up, got some units on standby as well. Turret took a little bit of damage, so it can't go too deep, but does run in with some DTs to try and pick off a turret, but WolFix is in position to thwart this, so actually this is a pretty good hold from WolFix.
Yeah, beautiful hold. And now nOmaD's scrambling because he doesn't have a third base up at this point. The DTs did nothing.
Yeah, well, you know, the plan when you're going into DTs like this, you do go into arbiters usually, but you do want to expand quickly behind that. But since the DTs did basically no damage, it does feel kind of scary taking a third base right now. I think you have to, though.
Yeah, you can't afford things at this point if you don't have a third base. Your money's just gonna start being stretched thin. You get 5 gateways. You're trying to get to arbiters, which are expensive. You're trying to make Templars, which are expensive, especially in gas. So ideally, he needs to take 6 o'clock and not just this mineral only. But
well, that's the problem. The problem is that the natural third has no gas, so this feels scary for nOmaD because it's gonna be difficult for him to kind of prop up his own economy from this point onwards. And ideally, he needs to double expand and take a fast 4th, but he probably can't. He probably has to wait until he shut down the push from WolFix with, you know, a stasis or something before he can think about that.
Yeah, he's only got 10 goons on the map right now.
Yeah, and WolFix is just powering. Has he got 5, 6 factories? How many we got here? 5, okay. Yeah, this is going to be pretty strong 1-1 timing from WolFix. He doesn't have to attack, you know, you can just take a third of 5 factories, and looks like nOmaD is going to try and double expand. I actually agree with this. I feel like when you're behind, you kind of got to take a little bit of risks to try and catch up.
That's the only thing he can do at this point that gives him a chance of coming back at this point.
Yeah, I mean, usually when you're behind, you either take risks or, you know, play perfectly and try and wait for your opponent to blunder and then capitalize. But usually the opponent might not blunder. So sometimes forcing the issue by just taking a risk can be more ideal. Though this is a pretty scary push coming out from WolFix. There's not that many Dragoons. He has control of the high ground, can force a siege. There is a shuttle as well, going to be trying to bomb out some DTs onto those tanks. Scan comes down. There is one DT slot going. Here comes the speed lots as well. There's a good leg enhancement timing. He can actually shut this down on. Yeah, the speed lot timing was pretty phenomenal. Usually that's what you require to shut down the first Terran push in the mid game. It's just basically buying time for the leg enhancements to come online. And yeah, he had it kind of timed out perfectly, but looks like he might lose a lot of probes to these vultures.
Yeah, this mineral line is doomed.
Oof. Yeah, that's painful.
We're gonna try setting speed lots up here, but if you're setting speed lots against vultures, you're already having a bad time.
Yeah, he's getting more damage in the natural as well, since there was mostly just Zealots to try and defend this.
He's got 12 kills.
This is pretty painful. It's a lot of damage. But he did reset the tank count of WolFix there. It wasn't terrible. We've even got a dropship coming out from WolFix, which means he won't be too far behind the curve on transitioning into those +2 attack upgrades as well.
He missed it, but there's one here, and that's exactly what he needs to see, is that, okay, dropships are in play.
Yeah. Or now he might think, oh, I've killed the dropship, there's nothing that can threaten me, and there actually is another second dropship that will be attacking him.
We had one dropship, yes, but what about second dropship?
Oh, he has got some units kind of in position, though. He hasn't noticed it. WolFix is gonna get some damage with this. This is crazy.
Yeah, this is just free damage.
Wow, man. Stars are kind of aligning for WolFix right now. Like, in a way, losing that dropship made this drop more successful because nOmaD just assumed there's no chance there was another dropship en route.
Yeah. Oh, there's no way, right? nOmaD's working so hard to keep his zealots back so they don't tag these mines. No, no.
Oh, I think it glitched out. I think the mine glitched out a bit there. He's safe.
Oh,
that could have been deadly.
Luckiest Protoss.
It could have been like 10 dead probes to that explosion, man. Well, supplies are pretty even. Does favor the Terran. WolFix just gonna bunker down, take his third base, and kind of hope for the best. He's done a pretty sizable amount of damage to the economy of nOmaD who is starting to saturate that base at his 4th. Hasn't got the largest standing army, but WolFix has lost a lot of tanks as well. Maybe there's a way he can find a bit of a hole in the defense of WolFix and try and capitalize on that, but it seems like there's just... Yeah, that's another problem. He hasn't really got a lot of tools to charge in here. If there was like a control group of zealots, maybe he could just run through. Oh, that's a pretty deadly mind splash to his units as well. Yeah, I don't think he should be attacking anytime soon, unfortunately.
No, he really needs to just posture around a little bit, make Terran think you're gonna poke, you know, check over here kind of thing. But you can't fight into this anytime soon.
Probably not. Yeah, it'd be pretty suicidal at this point. I guess he could go for recalls right as the Terran starts to move out to take their 4th. That's an option.
Recall would be solid here. The barracks is just now getting rebuilt, so he's been stuck on 6 packs for quite a while.
Which is not ideal. Like, you can afford like upwards of 9 factories on 3 base.
Yeah.
So you at least want to make 7. You usually go 7 into 4th base, and then you add on more factories, or you could stay on 3 base and go all the way up to 9 factories. It depends on your style. So yeah, it has limited his production ever so slightly here, having to remake that barracks. nOmaD's also kind of stuck on 4 base. You know, he should probably have set up a 5th base by now in a more orthodox game, but he's kind of locked in this corner of the map for now.
Yeah, WolFix this is the first breathing room nOmaD has gotten this game, basically, and he's just using it to macro up. He isn't using it to expand or anything.
Yeah, I think he sent a probe or something to the top right. Oh, I don't know if that's a probe. Okay, no, it's just a zealot. Yeah, he does need to expand though. Maybe he's sending up a probe now, but this vulture will just kill that probe. Really unfortunate for nOmaD, because every second counts in getting these additional bases set up, especially if he's unable to punish a 12 o'clock. But maybe he can. Maybe he can kind of pincer maneuver this 12 o'clock from 2 sides. Like, he could also recall into the Terran's main, and then while the Terran goes to respond to that, hit the 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
But looks like he just wants to run it down from this one angle on the right. It's a bit of a choke point, but there's not many units here from WolFix thus far.
Yeah, the tanks are coming in now, but...
Okay, stasis on the science vessel to make sure no D-Matrix or EMPs, then gets another stasis on a little bit of a clump of vultures and a couple of tanks.
But look how much army is stuck behind the stasis.
Yeah, the siege tanks are blocking any more units circulating into this base, and there are some High Templars behind this as well, so it could get some storms over this line of units if you wanted to.
Yeah, like a storm right here would be huge.
Yeah, denying this base from WolFix is actually pretty big. Maybe. Yeah, if he's making an Archon, I would say yes. I would say he did forget Storm if he's making an Archon, but we'll see.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I mean, it happened. Doesn't make it any less unfortunate.
Yeah, well, units are going to thaw out. Throws down a couple of D-Matrixes to try and see if he can save this position.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big mine connection as well. The Archon really doesn't do a lot. Wrap around from behind with the vultures as well. Unfortunately for nOmaD, it was a nice effort from him, but he's been completely shut down.
Yeah, it was a one-way trip. On the one hand, we pushed it back, but we never killed the command center, so he's just going to float it right back over.
Right. And worst case scenario, you can float your main command center over in a pinch, but you don't really want to have to do that. You want to use it for comsats and to get every drop of gas out from it before it runs out in just a moment here. Yeah. nOmaD looks like he's finally going to take this base in the top right quadrant of the map, but it's a really late 5th base. I mean, it's almost 20 minutes into the game already.
Yeah,
so
and definitely time to set up his gates and stuff. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Definitely a strong edge to WolFix still. I think there's room for nOmaD to navigate this game, but the longer this goes on, the worse it's going to be for nOmaD, unfortunately. Unless he can shut down this base at night. He's got an observer here. He sees that WolFix is being a bit greedy and trying to get it on location. That would be a nice little easy shutdown for him to go and get a cancel on that soon.
Yeah, he sees it, but he hasn't really reacted to it at all.
Yeah, well, that's like one of the lifelines of nOmaD right now, is that Terran's going to be mined out in just a moment here in his natural. So if you can play whack-a-mole with the 5th base of the Terran over and over again and kind of keep him locked in this corner of the map, it's actually not the worst case scenario for a Protoss to be in.
Yeah, I don't think we're breaking this anytime soon. We really need to deny this.
On the other hand, you know, as Terran, you basically only need like 2 bases worth of economy to keep your production going on all of your facilities. So
yeah,
WolFix will still be pretty strong in the game no matter what.
Yeah, the best we can do is hope to starve him out at this point. Keep him on this because the mineral only is incredibly tiny. Keep him on this base. Try and deny this one.
Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't tried to make a play for that 9 o'clock, because that window is about to shut on him in just a second here. WolFix is going to start moving out.
Just as we move in.
Yeah, let's see if he can actually get in here and snipe it, because I don't think so. WolFix should be able to rotate some units down here and save this base now.
Can we stasis the ramp?
That would be an idea. Yeah, just stasis the ramp so nothing can actually get in.
Yeah. Looks like the answer is no. Alright, well, we gotta stasis something if we're gonna push in here with just Lagoon.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised that he's still trying to get this going.
Oh, a recall.
The tank, actually. Okay, he has some high templates in here, so a good storm on top of that.
Oh, there it is.
On the ramp. Okay, so now we actually can kill this command center. This isn't the most terrible play that ever was now. Looks like he does have enough DPS to just barely kill this CC without losing too many units for all his troubles. So, yeah, this is not bad. He does now need to survive the counterattack from WolFix. He's starting to move horizontally across the map, trying to hit this newly established rally point. He probably doesn't have enough time to get much units set up there, and it's not as strong as on some maps where you've got the high ground and you can storm down from there. It's got this kind of little ridge for an access point, so it's easier for Terrans to actually assault these bases in the corner on this map.
Yeah, this is very pushable, and we have nothing to stop WolFix from getting in here. No army nearby. 2 Templar pop.
Yeah.
They're not really going to be useful for a bit.
Nah, if this was set up about a minute or so earlier, then maybe there'd be a chance for nOmaD to hold onto this base. He is going to still try, though. He's got a pretty large standing army, and WolFix doesn't have that many tanks. Yeah, I really like the spread of tanks. He's actually putting a lot of effort into making this as cost inefficient as possible with all the storms and status that the Protoss has available to use against the Terran. So that's nice from Wolfie, but nOmaD does clear this up. So yeah, that's great.
The tank splash killed the Chrysalis, allowing nOmaD to get in here. And now WolFix is kind of in a bad spot.
Yeah, this isn't terrible for nOmaD anymore. Anyway, he's got his 5th base, he's got the 2nd rally point set up, and he's denied the Terran from taking that base at 9. If he can keep that up, suddenly this game looks better and better for nOmaD.
Yeah, this is about the best you could hope for in this moment for nOmaD.
Considering how poor things were looking a few minutes ago, yeah, this isn't terrible at all. He can continue to grow as well behind this, although it looks like WolFix is going to be active with some vulture raiding parties, maybe try and see if he can catch a probe transfer down to that 6 o'clock.
Yeah, we haven't started any cannons or anything, so these vultures have free reign to come in here. The true dragoons at the door just don't really care about their job.
Yeah, vultures with 2/2 upgrades can actually start chewing through units and buildings relatively quickly.
Yeah, 2/2 vultures are good.
Yeah, you have to be a lot more aware of the game state when dealing with vultures, because they can just run in and kill all your cannons and all your probes, even if you do make some defenses. There's like a massive attack from nOmaD towards the 12 again, but it's been walled off. He's going to have to do another recall or something in here, and there's a big patch of mines as well to contend with.
It looks like he sent 2 Arbiters forward, and neither of them had the energy for it. Oh, no!
Oh.
2nd EMP.
Yeah, those are some beautiful EMPs, man. Pretty much getting all the Arbiters. I'm not sure if he got all 3. Yeah, he did get all 3. That's really good for WolFix. nOmad's in a little bit of trouble now. Has very little utility with this army.
Yeah, this is... getting EMP'd like that just kind of kills nOmaD's entire gameplay from here, you know?
Pretty much, yeah. He's got a couple of High Templars with this army, but it's essentially just a Zealot Goon force, and the choke points on Octagon are pretty brutal to overcome for Protoss, and another EMP on low energy arbiters, but just the rub salt in the wound, I guess.
Yeah,
but I don't think he can attack into this. I don't think it's just, the choke point is just too rough to get through for nOmaD.
Yeah, if you're trying to get in here, recall is really going to be your only friend, and with EMPs like that, you're not getting in here.
Yeah, either recall on top of the tanks, or you could go into more of a gateway man style with mass speed shuttle. There's no reason he can't utilize a few speed shuttles here. He's got the money for it. But right now, he's kind of focusing on trying to make it work with Arbiter tech. And don't get me wrong, Arbiters are good, but they don't have the highest possible expected value. They're just very consistent at helping you achieve your goals.
Yeah, the big upside that nOmaD still got going for him is that he does have top right main. So we have our max out time is a lot lower than WolFix is if we take a big fight.
Yeah. And I guess it's not terrible for nOmaD as long as he can stop the Terran taking any additional bases, and we continue to grow and eventually take the bottom left as well. You could go for a 3 rally point win condition here as Protoss, but still, fighting the Terran head-on is a pretty arduous task, and WolFix has got 3-3 online now. He's going to start tentatively pushing across the map and trying to force the Protoss to meet him head-on. Yeah,
Terran's best hope in a game like this is just, come on, Protoss, slam into me. And then they do and they lose.
Yeah, you usually have to play keep away as Protoss and try and pull the Terran out of position, or at least keeping them going back and forth around the map, trying to respond to your active threats. A good Terran will constantly scan for the position of your army and where it's heading to and try and respond in kind.
Yeah.
But WolFix is doing a good job of just very slowly pushing down towards the center and keeping a nice spread on his tanks.
Yeah, this beautiful line of green. Just, it feels like it's getting longer without him actually thinning out his army.
Yeah, and this is doing two things. This is kind of locking out nOmaD from attacking him at all, but it's also gradually encroaching on this bottom left quadrant. If WolFix can expand to the bottom left, it's pretty much GG. You can't let the Terran split the map like that. And just as nOmaD is starting to secure this corner for himself, WolFix is almost in a prime position to strike at it.
Yeah, you have very little wiggle room. You basically have to go around through this space at this point to try and get over here.
Yeah. And he's sending a vulture down here, so he's going to scout that, harass this base going up a little bit. Seems like the cannon will be able to save him. But with this many vultures coming in, yeah, this is going to be a bad day for nOmaD. He can't easily get his army down here to reflect this.
No, he should cancel these building cannons at the gateway. This base is done, so.
Yeah, seems like an Arbiter might be looking to strike the 9 o'clock here. There is a patrolling science vessel ready to EMP at a moment's notice. You're not seeing it on screen right there because of the heads-up display and the mini-map, but here's the Arbiter now moving in for that recall. Does WolFix notice? Does he EMP in time? Looks like no. The recall is going to go off, and a storm onto the SCVs in that mineral line.
But as far as recalls go, everything kind of gets flattened.
Yeah, he killed a few SCVs, but didn't really do a whole lot. There actually wasn't that many SCVs at this base, surprisingly. Seems like the majority of them are at the 12 o'clock.
Is that really all the SCVs he has?
I guess so. I mean, they're not anywhere else on the map, are they? He's always making ghosts. You see the ghosts there at the 3rd? He's got a few ghosts for lockdown as well. Yeah, he's going to lock down these Arbiters.
I'm checking for a nuke silo now.
I don't think there's going to be a nuke silo. This is just for lockdown. Looks like WolFix is pushing up on the top right now. Trying to see if he can get in on top of this rally point setup. This is basically nOmaD's only lifeline, is having this additional rally point. Really, he needs to get all 3 rally points for a win condition, but he's kind of been stymied in trying to achieve that for now, and WolFix kind of seizing the tempo away from nOmaD. It's going to start running it down on this base up here in the top right corner, and nOmaD might have to go for a counter attack rather than defending this.
Yeah, but losing 2 bases and one of them being your rally is kind of the beginning of the end for Protoss.
Yeah, this is looking rough. I guess if he does kill this base here in a 9 o'clock position, then WolFix only has 1 base worth of mining. It's not the worst case scenario, but it's not ideal either, sacrificing these 2 bases in the top right. And he's still having a hard time actually getting in here. It's like the Ghost moving into position now. Doesn't quite have the energy for lockdown yet.
Is it 100?
There's 100 energy for lockdown, yeah. Well, that Ghost can.
Yeah, he definitely just clicked 1 out of his control group and got unlucky.
Yeah, pretty much. It looks like there was a carrier transition up here in the top right, but just as WolFix is pushing into it, do the carriers start to pop out? It's really unfortunate for nOmaD. Kind of nothing going his way in this game.
Yeah, it'd also be a shame to just lock down your carriers.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not a lot of hope in this game for nOmaD anymore, unfortunately. He had some good ideas, but
Good EMP.
yeah, WolFix has just outgrown him.
Yeah, honestly, nOmaD played an incredible game here, I think. It's just,
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
WolFix is also kind of really good at the game.
Yeah, it turns out. He's usually really good at decision making as well. So like, if you're gonna beat him, the best way to do it is like in the early to mid game with like cheeses and timing attacks he doesn't see coming and stuff like that. As soon as you let him get into a late game scenario where he's basically playing how he wants to play, it doesn't matter if he's got low APM. Like, he's probably gonna out strategize you.
Yeah. We're actually securing finally the bottom left, but I don't know. I feel they're a little too late, you know?
Yeah, it's very much too little too late. Like, we need this bottom left base and the top right base still being alive to make this game playable here for nOmaD. Just like WolFix is going to force a frontal engagement, gets an EMP on a Templar, doesn't quite get the reach to get both. Tanks are a little bit more clumped, so some value in the Psionic Storms, but not nearly enough to overcome this numbers game now.
Yeah. We still haven't seen any lockdowns, so I feel a little bit robbed, but not
yeah,
over yet,
I
I
guess.
guess.
Do some lockdown. I wonder if he scanned the carriers in the top right, and that's what.
There we
go.
There we go. That goon's doing nothing.
There is an Arbiter still on the board that he could lock down if he had some more energy, but he doesn't quite have it yet.
Yeah, this is good for nOmaD. This is the best nOmaD can hope for. The good two-pronged hit on the tanks here.
Yeah, this tack isn't too terrible. He's killing quite a lot of these tanks. WolFix kind of overstepping a tiny bit. Does get forced back. nOmaD taking additional base in that bottom left natural as well, trying to fight back strong. Meanwhile, WolFix double expanding into the top right corner. Some pretty good trades could turn this game around for nOmaD, but he doesn't quite have enough Storm to make it super optimal. He's always like just barely below the threshold of required units to start bowling over WolFix.
Yeah. Looks like the era of Ghost is over, by the way.
But this is nice that he's able to like kind of fight the Terran piecemeal. Like, the Terran's army is kind of all disjointed and all over the map, so he is getting some pretty good trades.
Yeah,
I think he did the spot. Yeah, this vessel dying would be huge. Oh, EMP, I think I only got one of the Templars, so it's not too bad. And this is good for nOmaD that he now has kind of free reign to kill these bases in the top right.
Yeah,
there's definitely a chance that WolFix could throw this game all of a sudden.
Yeah, the game's not over till it's over, I guess, right?
Yeah, I think WolFix made a bit of a blunder in this game by kind of overstepping himself and kind of getting a bit carried away and wasn't, slow playing enough, and basically gave away some good trades to nOmaD. And finally nOmaD actually has a chance here, but WolFix isn't slowing down. He's pushing the bottom left. These storms though could make a difference.
Yeah. Man, these guys are gaming so much. They're actually gonna run. They've been playing.
This is some StarCraft where like there's just raw execution and responses from both players. Like, no one is like following a path anymore. They're both off-road in the jungle and they're just slugging it out.
Sometimes you just gotta fight. What you don't get to choose the battlefield.
Right, right. And it does look like nOmaD is fighting back for this army of WolFix.
He's 30 supply up, 40 supply up even.
Yeah, he's not necessarily thriving, but he is surviving, and he is giving himself a strong shot in this game because he shut down those bases in the top right. Suddenly, WolFix has just got one base worth of mining here at the 9 o'clock, and nOmaD can stabilize the bottom left and stop WolFix from expanding anywhere else. This could be a win for nOmaD.
Yeah, this is... So, when we were making the group, there was talk about like who's got what group. And I remember talking with nOmaD, he's like, I think I could actually win this group. And I'm like, I think you can make it out of your group. I don't think you can, like, ooh, double lockdown. I was like, I don't think you can win it. But, I mean, if he's going to put up a performance like this, doubters in shambles. Yeah. Me, the doubter, in shambles.
Yeah, this is kind of a surprising turnaround, honestly. I think a lot of Protoss players would be way more disheartened in this game and kind of slightly check out mentally after losing the top right bases just as he was transitioning into carriers. Like, his strategy kind of went down the toilet, but he's been able to fight back strong. He's been able to punish the mistakes of WolFix and stay in the game.
There's so many GG moments where, and if this isn't a tournament, like if this is a ladder game or, you know, maybe a best of 3, they would have, like, both players would have left by now multiple times
potentially yeah. This is kind of a crazy game. I think that nOmaD's actually going to win it, which is really wild considering how good the position was for WolFix previously. This is a really insane turnaround from nOmaD.
Yeah.
That's what's so great about tournaments, you know, you have like you have fighting spirit and you don't want to give up so easily, and you always try and find those niche win conditions. And nOmaD being a little bit BM to WolFix, telling him to get out.
Yeah.
This is brutal for WolFix, man. He basically had this game in the bag and just kind of got a bit too aggressive, had all of his tanks clumped up, pushing down the center on the vertical axis, and basically got most of his army annihilated, and the whole game flipped on its head.
A little bit of long distance mining at this point is about all the income we have.
Yeah, this is a brutal loss for WolFix. He was so close to winning this game at multiple junctions.
I think I would love to see a best of 3 between these two, like in the deciders match. Which I don't really want to see a deciders match because I'd hate to see what, you know, I don't want to see either of these players go out. But GG,
man. That's brutal. Yeah, WolFix can't be too happy about that performance. He basically got himself set up exactly how he wanted. Everything was looking great, and just one or two small errors and it comes crumbling down like a house of cards.
Man, that ain't that TVP though.
Pretty much, yeah, especially from the Terran's perspective. Yeah, that's why you get a lot of Terran whiners about exactly that, where it feels like they have to play perfectly all game long, and one small mistake and the Protoss comes back and slaps you down.
Yeah. And it's just one thing to point out is that that was just gateway, man. That was pure, I'm going to make gateway units with some arbiter support. Not like the carrier transition got killed before it could start. We never went shuttles. We never went anything else. It was just, all right, we're going to throw Protoss at it until we win. And
yeah, pretty much.
It worked.
It worked, man. Yeah, it was like a very old school PvT, right? Like he was going arbiters, but he wasn't really able to use them to shut down a push timing. He was literally just using them to put on pressure, try and go for some recalls here and there and some tactical stasis, and yeah, slowly ground down WolFix and managed to get a win condition out of it. Honestly, that's got to be a feel-good moment for
absolutely
nOmaD, because I mean, if you're in that bad of shape and you still manage to turn the game into a win, there's not really much of a better feeling in StarCraft.
Yeah, that's I think after that you got a little bit of the shakes, right? You gotta like he's probably needing a minute. Just that was a game.
Right. Well, we got a Protoss versus Protoss coming up for our second game of the group. It's gonna be dxtr and Razz. Same map, of course. Wonder who's going to make it out of these two. Technically, on paper, dxtr is the slightly more well-rounded player, and you could argue more accomplished player, of course. But personally, I've got a little bit of a bias towards Razz. I would love to see him do well in this group. So hopefully, no matter what happens, we see some good games.
Absolutely. I I agree. I think Dexter is the favorite. Like if you ask chat, I can guarantee you they're gonna say Dexter's the favorite player.
He's a good player, yeah.
But at the same time, I've seen Razz do some really good PvP shenanigans.
Yeah, yeah. I think Razz is a bit more hit and miss. Some days he seems really amazing, and some days he's not quite performing. But if this is one of his days where he shows up and plays some crazy StarCraft and goes for some pretty high risk strategies, he's certainly capable of beating someone of Dexter's caliber.
Yeah. And I would love to see it happen. I mean, nOmaD Razz winners match, you gotta admit, that'd be a little bit crazy for IPSL.
Yeah, yeah, I would like to see it. And then WolFix is going to have to face off Dexter in the losers match. That's not somewhere he would like to be. We're going to find out what happens now. The round of 24, Group C, IPSL, Dexter versus Razz on Octagon. And spawning here in the top right. It's Dexter. It's from Bulgaria, is he not?
I believe that's correct, but this broadcast proves I have a history of being wrong about that.
I think it's Bulgaria. I'll take the risk. In the top left, on the brown Protoss, Razzle Dazzle from America.
That one I'm very confident on.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Bulgaria. I think I casted like a 2v2 show match, and it was like called the Bulgarian Battle, and Dexter was in it, so I'm pretty sure it's Bulgaria.
Yeah, that checks out. The PvP, anything can happen. This is the 8 matchup, right?
Yeah, pretty much everything is viable. Usually, if you're really comfortable, you'll go for 1 gate core, a tech build, but you can be greedy. You can go for fast Nexus play, even with a forge, and get cannons. You can do pretty much anything.
I have to say that I think PvP is the best tier matchup in the game because you actually can do anything in it, right? While not common, you could see carrier PvP. Right?
It's not. It is possible.
If the game goes 40 minutes and you're both mining half the map, carriers wouldn't be the worst option.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of that map. The desert tire one we had, where it was kind of like Troy gates, top left and bottom right spawn.
Oh,
Death Valley, was it?
Yes, I think that's Death Valley.
Yeah, we had a game between Bonif and DeWalt, I believe, on that map, where Bonif tried to go 1 base carrier and just barely lost to some elevated units from DeWalt. You can sometimes get away with carriers in PvP.
Bulgarian and lives in Germany.
Oh, he's a Bulgarian, lives in Germany. Okay.
That about summed up the EU, the entire Schengen zone summed up in one sentence.
So it looks like both players going 1 gate core here. Sometimes you'll see people, try and go like 2 gate Zealot right off the bat. Usually do that if you're not confident, but go on.
Sorry. Razz went diagonal scout first, saw this probe come out, and still is rallying to the left side to check.
Is he going to try and fake him out? He's going to hold the... Oh, no, he doesn't block it. I thought for a second that Dexter was going to try and fake him out and pretend that he was down there in the bottom left by blocking the ramp.
That would have been good.
Okay, well, let's see what the tech choices are, because you can go 3 gate goon and try and go all in. It's more common to try and get a robo and then get into reavers and kind of slug out your reaver to the natural to secure your expansion. Let's see what these gamers want to go for. Seems like it's going to be 2nd gate here for Dexter, whereas Razz is going straight into a robo. So it looks like Razz wants to get an expansion up right away, whereas Dexter is kind of hedging his bets in case this was going to be aggression out from Razz. When you don't have scouting information, you kind of got to respect the possibility that they could just be 3 gate gooning you,
Yeah, and I think 3 gate goon is a really good build in a best of 1, especially.
Yeah.
Like, it's definitely a series build, but in a best of 1, you pull out a 3 gate goon, they don't. If you can stop them from scouting it, which is really easy on a map like this until you kill the Chrysalis, suddenly you show up with 10 goons, and they have 3 goons and a robo that just finished. you know.
Yeah, and there's no real way for you to piece the puzzle pieces together, unfortunately. So it does seem like Dexter is gonna be slowed down a bit on his tech tree. He wants to throw down this robo, but he also doesn't want to cut on his Dragoon production too much. That means we're going to have a more crisply timed expansion from Razz. With 2 gate, you can put on pressure to a 1 gate, but it's not ideal. You have to have really good micro to actually successfully bust.
Yeah. All right, first shuttle's out here. I don't see him.
Is it in the back? Yeah, there's the support there. Yeah.
I thought I was going crazy. I'm like, there's got to be one somewhere.
I mean, for the time being, Dexter will have more units, just as the Reaver's about to pop out. I wonder if he's going to try and challenge this, but with the high ground, well, this could be a mistake from Razz if he pulls out too deep. Okay, he pulls back to the ridge. He definitely shouldn't be trying to check outside right now. He needs to wait for this Reaver.
Yeah, I'm really surprised we killed the Chrysalis when we're going 1 gate robo. They were playing.
It's just so we can have a better perch on the high ground with more units, I guess. Yeah.
Observatory first. No robo bay, it looks like.
Well, again, it could be DTs. So right now, Dexter's doing the cookie cutter build to be safe against everything. So he's reasonably safe against 3-gate goon with the observatory. He's kind of safe against the 1-base DT play as well, but he won't be optimized in being able to take his expansion safely. And looks like Razz is being quite ambitious. He's just going to try and go all the way across the map with this shuttle and Reaver and do some potentially massive economic damage. There's 2 Dragoons on the ridge for Dexter to pull back to use this to defend, but the Reaver could get some massive 13 kills in 1 Scarab so far. 14 probes are dead. That's enough damage. You can just go home and call it a day right now. That's plenty. Oh my days.
There's 5. I don't know how many probes we have here. What do we have? 10 total
10
probes
in the mineral line.
mineral?
Yeah.
And one of
them's not even mining.
Yeah, he's hiding. He's like, they won't see me here. The boss doesn't know.
He's terrified right now. He's like, the hazard pay is not good enough for these conditions.
Yeah, if you just watch 14 of your coworkers just evaporate, he's like, you know what? Maybe I don't need to work today. Boss, can I go home sick?
Yeah, I'm not feeling so good. My tummy hurts. But as you can see, Razz is also going to be able to more easily take his natural. Dexter will be a bit lagging behind, and after losing that many probes, won't have that much money to work with either.
That is so huge. Razz is just, I don't want to say put himself into the winning position, but into a position that as long as he holds this follow-up, he is cooking. We're mining 0 gas right now.
Dexter might try and go all in and try and bust the front. Is basically one of the only things that could work here for Dexter. It might just be smarter to non-stop production on the gates, spend what little gas you have left, and try and run it down on the natural.
Yeah.
With 2 Reavers here, I don't know. Zealot's going to go in first to try and tank some of these phase disruption shots, but with some good Scarab connections, this is going to be very tough to break. He targets the Reavers down very quickly before Razz can save it with the shuttle, but there's just too much to chew through. With an AI pylon there as well, it's just very suboptimal to break this for Dexter. Looks like this is most likely going to be a victory for Razz. He knows he's got a superior army on the ground now, and with the shuttle getting a speed upgrade, he's going to take no time at all to get back inside the main base. There's 2 Dragoons waiting for him. He needs to be careful not to sacrifice this shuttle. Dexter does have the high ground advantage on this ridgeline in the center as well.
Yeah, it's battling around the high ground is Dexter's only hope right now. He's still poking with the shuttle, seeing if he can get it in. But oh no.
Oh God,
we didn't drop it.
He gets it. And his Nexus went down slightly ahead of Razz's own expansion. If Dexter can just pull back and defend perfectly now, there is a way of coming back in this game. Razz still technically in advantage, but let's see. He might lose the trade as he pushes into this natural and help Dexter out a bit. The arc for Dexter was pretty good as well. Zelot does tank a lot of damage. Let's see how good the target firing is on both sides. Razz could win this fight with good target firing. It does seem like he is going to be coming out ahead on this. And one of the Dragoons for Dexter, very low HP. So this is unfortunate. I think he did just barely do it. This is crazy because I mean he has to drill these Dragoons with probes right now, because there's going to be 2 Dragoons popping out, and there's already 3 here for Razz, and they're pretty high HP. He kind of has to fight with probes right now.
Yeah, we got a bunch of free damage on that Dragoon, so we're just gonna dive it.
I think that's game. Yeah, that's crazy. He like barely broke in. Yeah, I mean, he could just sit back and macro, but there was a small chance that Dexter would eventually come back in the game if he did that. GG is called, and Razz will be going through to that winners match, and Dexter will go to the losers match and face off against WolFix. So it's going to be nOmaD and Razz in the winners coming up next.
That is not the result you know, we were joking approximately 5 minutes ago about Dexter and WolFix in the losers match. Totally, like, both of these players, round of 8 caliber. One of them's going out in the round of 24.
Kind of wild. I mean, I think that's one of the most exciting things about tournaments with these kind of formats, especially when you have the best of 1s and before you have the best of 3s. Upsets can happen, man. And yeah, we basically aligned for it now already, because one of those better players are guaranteed out of the tournament. Kind of insane.
Man, I would never have expected Dexter or WolFix to be out in round of 24.
Yeah, I didn't expect to see it happen either. I did know that there was a likelihood that WolFix didn't prepare today. I didn't think that both WolFix and Dexter would be in the losers match. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We're going to have to watch that, because I'm very excited now. But we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, it's all best of 3s from here on out. This is where it gets fun. See you soon. Hello, welcome back, friends. It is time for the winners match. God, nOmaD and Razz. That still boggles my brain. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a little bit shocked that we even have Dexter and WolFix in the losers match. Definitely a bit of subverted expectations here in the Group C of IPSL Round of 24. Definitely didn't see that coming, which means we've got a winners match we didn't expect to see.
Yeah,
Go
you
on.
go. No, you go first. You're
I
mid-sentence.
was gonna say I actually don't know how to call this group anymore, just for that reason. Like it's completely been blown open. I'll be transparent with you guys. I'm gonna have a personal bias towards Razz. I know him a little bit better. I've casted with him. I would love to see him win. Also, Arm and I were talking off air about how that interview would be a little bit fun as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, my personal vendetta is I want to see Razz and WolFix somehow still break out of this group, but it's going to be very hard to make that align. WolFix is going to have to fight back so strong in the losers match and the finals.
Yeah. If Razz makes it out, I was talking to him in Discord before, over DMs, and he's gonna be a father soon. And so if
Yeah.
he wins this, it'll be his last big accomplishment. Like however far he makes it here, it'll be his last big thing before being a dad.
Yeah, you were saying before the cast, like, there's a chance that he won't actually be able to play, and if he
Yeah,
does make it through, because he's gonna
yeah,
be a bit distracted with that new kid.
yeah. We're gonna get halfway through the round of 16 group and be like, pause, kids crying. I'll be right back.
Right,
All right, yeah.
right. And I've heard like, the first kid is pretty brutal because you're not really prepared for like the lack of sleep and getting used to what you got to do as a parent and what have you. It can be a very big change and adaptation needed. But we're jumping in now to the winners match of the Group C IPSL round of 24. Razz versus nOmaD on Generator.
All right.
And spawning here in the top right on the yellow trunks. It's nOmaD.
Not using the fast minerals. That's gonna suck for him.
Yeah, and down here and the bottom left, looking very pink. It's Razz.
So, for the record, the map was announced ahead of time. Everyone knows that this is the first map in the best of threes. And, well, that's the best we can offer.
Yeah, well, just to quickly give you guys a rundown on this map, it's basically like a Frankenstein monster of like 3 maps together. You kind of got like 76 circuit breakers and attitude kind of rolled into one. So you've got these hallucinated mineral patches that will be running out in a few seconds here, just before the 1 minute mark, and that gives you a nice big boon to your early economy. Does make it harder to do things like cheeses, because if you wanted to do something like a proxy, then you're mining a lot less by sending out that early worker. And whereas the defender obviously has more money than usual. So I imagine both players are going to be pretty defensive initially in this game. And since it's cross map, this could be quite a long PvP.
Yeah, our first official broadcasted match on this map was Dexter versus DeWalt. And they both went up to like 4 or 5 bases almost without doing anything else.
Yeah, I could see that happening here with cross map especially.
Yep.
And both players looking to go 1 gate tech, and it makes sense. I don't think you would want to go for a 2 gate or proxy or anything like that on this map. So yeah, I would not be surprised to see these guys play very reserved.
And that's my whole thought with this map, is I wanted it to be a big old macro map, and it seems like it's working out exactly as I'd hoped.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, on paper, it seems like that's the only optimal way to play on this map, especially with the choke points, right? Like, the geometry of the bases, like, there's not very many access points without going into tight chokes. So, yeah, it's not going to be easy to play an attacker's game.
I kind of want to 4-pull on this map and see how it goes.
Do you know the exact rush distances ramp to ramp? It looks relatively long.
If you give me like 20 seconds here, I do have them written down.
Okay.
And by that I mean Suri sent me all the info when he made the map. So we just have to scroll up in our chat.
Yeah, it looks about 32.
32
vertical.
for close spawn, 40 for cross.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought 32 vertical, 39 cross, so I was a little bit off cross.
That's not bad. That's a good guess.
Just looking at the map and comparing it to other maps, that was my assumption, yeah.
This is why you're the best caster around.
Ah, shut up.
Not a doubt in the minds of anyone.
So what's the strategy here? Let's check inside the main base. What we got?
So Citadel,
Ooh,
DTs?
nOmaD. Yeah, nOmaD's gonna get spicy with the DTs, it seems.
Wait.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, okay. So I have an idea of what we're gonna see here.
Well, this reminds me like back in the day, like Pimpus Plays era, like there was some games where like you'd have like both players go DTs and one of them has to make like a Dark Archon to glitch the DTs up the ramp and shit like that. And the draw percentage for this game just went up. Since both players are going DTs, a draw is more possible than ever.
Yeah, our draw percentage just hit 1%, which is significantly higher than it's ever been in IPSL.
Oh my god, this is going to get really spicy and crazy, man. And both players will probably want to take a Nexus behind this as well, so the whole game is blown open. Like, who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah, this is... Oh, man. I'm just... So, okay, the correct follow-up is both of them go forward, which means, assuming both of them do this right, the cannons will be on time and nothing will happen.
Right.
And yeah, this
In
is going to be a
theory.
4-base macro game, in theory.
Yeah, let's see. It does look like that could happen, unless one of them gets very greedy and throws down the Nexus beforehand. It doesn't look like that. I think both players are going to make the cannon first.
Yeah, they're both putting up money to want... Oh, Razz. Oh, Razz.
Oh, they're both making Nexus first. Are they both making Nexus first?
They are! Oh, no, there's no way, right? There's no way. Oh,
And
nOmaD's so
cannon
much
is a
later.
little bit slow. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Wait. So I think Razz might be okay with his cannon starting a little bit faster.
They just
Oh,
saw the blurs. They both just looked at the blurs.
Oh my god. This is crazy. This is wild, man. He's going to block the ramp. nOmaD's going to block the ramp with his next DT.
Yeah.
So the DT can't actually get in. Let's see. Oh,
Oh, no.
The DT.
No, Razz!
Not like this. Oh, no.
No, you had the world.
Oh, nOmaD is getting such a better end on this trade because he's blocked his ramp, but the cannon's out of range of the Nexus, so he can chip away at that. What a wild game, man. Let's look back into Razz's base. I think he's going to have to just send everything to the natural and sacrifice the main. Oh my god, this is a big advantage for
You got to
nOmaD.
start a cannon back, like over here by the gate or something. If the DC's just stuck on the Nexus. Yeah.
He gets the Nexus either way, even if you do leapfrog cannons.
Oh, yeah,
I
but
guess
you want to
could
protect
save
your tag.
some of your main. Yeah, I guess. Oh, this is rough. This is so crazy.
Oh, what? How is that visible now? That wasn't visible before.
That's wild.
This is...
Ah, man.
PvP always delivers. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah. This.
All right, so the real question is, why can DTs not see each other?
Sorry, why can't they see each other?
Yeah, you would think if this is
Have
a
you
society...
seen Predator Badlands?
Okay, you know what? Fair argument.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, we have our little micro probe here ready for when we inevitably go scouts or something in this matchup. At this point, anything's gonna happen in this series.
Yeah. This is such a bizarre game. Like on paper, like nOmaD is far ahead, but who knows? Anything can happen, I guess. I think that this is going to be such a tough game for Razz. Like he's going to lose some of his tech. Meanwhile, like nOmaD's going to have 2 bases. I just don't know how he's going to translate this into a win.
We want Hightown. Did we get Storm? Storm can't be finished yet, can it? No, there's no way, right? Can it? Well, I mean, we might actually save it.
Maybe. Yeah, you might actually save it. That's a good point. It does look like he will.
Yeah, he's gonna force it back into a cannon here, so.
Okay. Well, he has enough money to throw down the Nexus right away, so I guess it's not the end of the world, and it is a macro map, so maybe he can very slowly grind this game back to being more stabilized.
Yeah, nOmaD's gonna get his natural mining finally at the 8-minute mark, and can he really? Besides all the damage, can he? I don't really think there's potential for anyone to do anything at this point because of how big the map is. If it was close spawn, there'd be a lot more. Did he just pick up the probe to drop it outside and it landed back in there?
I think so, yeah. Oh, Razz having a bit of a rough time here.
Yeah, this is not Razz's game.
It is a best of 3 though, so you can definitely turn this series around even if he does lose this game.
I think what that implies is that we're gonna get 2 more incredible games, hopefully.
Yeah, this is quite bizarre.
He's gonna get a storm drop?
Yeah, he could, right? He could go for a storm drop. Yeah, it's viable. He also has the support base, so it could be Reavers and Storm. True. That's very strange. Yeah, usually you don't do that. Usually you'll just go straight into Storm and stay Storm, but I guess in his situation, he wants a bit more flexibility since he wasn't mining on 2 gas the entire time. Oh!
Alright, well...
Okay.
Stole our storm drop idea by dropping our own storms.
Yeah, a storm drop is very common when you open up TT, just because you know it's natural to go straight into. Yeah, it's natural to go in that tech transition.
But it's not normally both players who do this.
Yeah, it's not normal that both players go DT. One player loses their main base and one player has their natural delayed. It's a very bizarre situation.
This is gonna. nOmaD's gonna eke out a huge advantage here when +1 finishes too.
Yeah, on paper, nOmaD is pretty much ahead in every metric. It's gonna be very tough for Razz to make up the difference, but the longer the game goes on, the easier it'll be. I think there's some Dragoons in position to deal with this drop as well. Yeah.
Yeah, but this main is kind of huge.
It is pretty big, as she said. Does he pay attention? Okay, just gonna slip it. Oh, there's a cannon. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, he sees that. Sad product.
Yeah. Yeah, we learned from a recent ASL game that DTs don't fit through gates.
No, they do not. They are. I actually had the graphic pulled up while watching it because I was curious. DTs are 26 by 26 pixels, and gateways, when next to each other, are like a 23 block gap or 23 pixel gap.
Yeah, they're just slightly too chunky to get through there.
It's close, yeah, but
yeah, it's very close. Okay, well, let's see if nOmaD can get any drop damage down, because Razz is kind of ready for it as well.
Yeah,
seems like Razz is scouting for expansions. He wants to make sure nOmaD don't get too greedy here. He could also be cheeky himself and try and set up a ninja base in the top left or something.
That would be a good way to get back in this game.
If it goes unscouted, yeah, it could be a very good way of coming back into this game. It's going to go for a drop round 2, this time with a speed shuttle and a Reaver combo. Ooh, not quite the Scarab that we saw before.
No, that's also going to dud.
Yeah, takes 4 seconds for it to dud. Unfortunately, not going to get any connections here. Does force a bit of lost mining time, I guess.
Make sure you count that 4 seconds. I've seen DeWall even send his probes back a half a second too early.
It happens, right? Yeah.
And that's the great thing about StarCraft. No matter how high level the player, you can always watch them make a mistake, because everyone's human and this game's hard.
Right. Oh my gosh, that storm is pretty deadly. He's got more storm as well as a Reaver behind this. Ooh, that's a pretty good storm from nOmaD. He really wants to try and break Razz here. Does storm the Reaver on the top side of the minerals as well.
He doesn't have enough,
but not quite enough units. Yeah.
The nice thing though is he killed a lot of workers there.
He did. nOmaD is sorry, yeah, Razz is taking that ninja expansion in the top left. Meanwhile, nOmaD taking the 12 o'clock as his third. This game could really drag on, especially if nOmaD never scouts that top left base, for at least the time being.
Yeah, there's... The main is so huge. Even if, like, without... Obviously, now that the cannon's there, it doesn't matter. But if you come up and you only land here, you can miss this so easily.
Oh, he now knows about this base at the 12 for
Scouting
nOmaD.
shuttle.
Yeah, there's now 2 cannons in the main. Now, third one about to finish up as well.
He really...
So, nOmaD.
He knows that's how he loses here, is to good drop.
Probably, yeah. It's fair to say.
So many cannons.
Kind of shuffling some goons in the main to try and see if he can pick off that shuttle. I think he got a couple of hits on it. Ooh.
Oh! Whoa! Oh!
So many probes just went down in the natural for nOmaD, man. This is crazy.
2 cannons
Damn.
don't care. Yeah, you know, lose the shuttle. It does. Oh. Hello?
Oh, wait. No.
Can you not...
Oh.
Well, that's how you get back in the
Holy.
game real quick.
Yeah, I mean, nOmaD is still ahead, but that is definitely a way of starting to come back in the game. He also needs to, like, ferry some probes into the top left to get that saturated as soon as possible.
Yeah. I just worry he doesn't really have anything at home. He's got a Reaver and 6
Yeah.
Templar, 2 cannons.
Yeah, nOmaD's going to try and bust him. He's got a lot of speed lots on the ground, and this is just predominantly Storm. It's kind of hard to use Storm only to clear this up. This is like some sort of UMS micro level. It's very tough to pull this out.
Yeah.
Looks like he's going to have some good clumped up Storms here. Not sure if it's enough to make the difference. He's kind of out of juice now. Still has that Reaver in the back line. With those morphing Archons, it does kind of SimCity and block things up to disallow nOmaD from coming in here too strong.
The 2 Archons are going to add a lot of chunk, and we get Storm
Yeah, they're really...
but...
Yeah, the Archons are really good against Zealots, but nOmaD has a couple of Archons of his own and a few Dragoons in the back line. Does go for another Storm onto the mineral line and kills 2 Templars for that Storm as well. Yeah. Ooh, another
Only
Storm
gets
attempt
one.
on the probes. Yeah.
Oh, that
this
was
is a
calculated.
really strange game.
You know, yeah, I think strange is the only way to summarize this.
Oh, wait, look at nOmaD. Is he moving to the top left? Does he sniff something out? He realizes there's something going on with seeing that many Templar. You must have more than just 2 gases, so he's going to come maybe up here and check.
Yeah, and he's going to find it. There's only 2 cannons. That's not going to stop this army at all.
No, definitely not.
And losing this is a near-death sentence. This is so much money.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Razz can go for a counter, but there's quite a lot of cannons back at home for nOmaD, and he hasn't got a massive army. I don't know if this counter could really do anything.
Yeah, this was really the only economic hope Razz had in this game. His worker count's not exactly stellar back at home.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I guess he's going to try and get a counterattack going, but like I said, there's quite a few cannons back at home. And there'll be some macro cycles to contend with, and this army in the top left can now retreat as well. Don't think Razz is going to get anything done here.
Razz doesn't know about 12 o'clock, I don't think.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, you're right, he
stormed
should. He just isn't attacking it for some reason.
Yeah, maybe the cannons, and it would put his army more out of position, being that high up on the map.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Alright.
Pretty good storms. That's a pretty crazy storm as well. Razz is in a lot of trouble, man. He has quite a hefty count of goons, but he can't just stand and fight underneath these storms.
Yeah.
So it looks like nOmaD is just devastating him.
The weather's a little too bad for Razz today.
Yeah.
No storms at home either. These guys are still out of energy.
Oh, man. This is painful. Like, Razz is just slowly getting bled out of this game. GG is called, and Game 1 going to nOmaD in this best of 3 series. That was a really wild game.
That was. And you know what? That's just game 1. There's still one more, hopefully 2 more to go.
Yeah. I think it's possible. I think it's very possible this series could drag out between these two guys. Hopefully Razz doesn't tilt too much after that loss.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I don't think that's a tilting loss. I think that's what was that game kind of loss. If he loses game 2 in a very similar manner, then he's definitely probably going to tilt.
Yeah.
But I think just one loss like that is more confusing than anything.
Yeah, definitely not the PvP I expected to see. That was definitely something different.
Man, I hope the series got. I don't know if I can handle the series continuing to be crazy like this, though.
Well, sometimes PvP can be a little bit boring where both players just kind of sit back and, use Reavers and Goons exclusively. This is definitely a tide shift from that. So I'm at least thankful that we're getting some spiciness out of these guys.
You don't want to watch 1-gate Goon versus 1-gate Goon? They both have 8 Goons. Somehow someone micros just a little bit better, and then the game's over.
Usually that doesn't happen. Usually, like, it just slowly gets into a longer and longer game. Well, we're going into game number 2 right away, guys. Razz versus nOmaD in the Group C winners match in the round of 24 in IPSL on Octagon. Let's get it. And spawning here in the top right on that baby blue color, it's Razz. And his opponent in the top left, currently 1-0 up in this best of 3 series. It's nOmaD, as red.
All right, a more standard map means probably a more standard game, right?
You'd think so, wouldn't you? But this is PvP we're talking about here, so sometimes the map doesn't matter too much. These guys might get into all kinds of crazy shenanigans. The map matters a lot more than something like ZVZ, but on most maps you can kind of be a bit crazy still.
Yeah. Razz has always been a fun player, so I wouldn't put it past him to do something interesting. nOmaD's a bit of a wild card, though, I think. And seeing him go from macro to cheesy to macro, I think is very possible.
What'd be really insane is if they both try and go DTs again.
If we get another game that's DT versus DT, someone go buy a lotto ticket. It's our day.
Like, he won't expect me to do it twice in a row.
Yeah, sure, I did DTs once. But would you expect DTs twice? Oh, yeah, okay, maybe you would.
Yeah. Well, mirrored builds to begin with. No one opening up with a 2-gate. Both these guys are pretty confident in their PvP game.
No center 9-9, no nothing.
Yeah. It's funny because on this map, like, the center is so wide open and proxies are actually pretty viable here, but not many players actually do end up proxying on this map.
Yeah, both players cross-scouting just to make sure there's nothing in the middle. Just in case.
I think the main thing is just knowing if it's close spawns or not is what they want to do.
Yeah. Added benefit of checking for gates.
Yeah. It's a bit of a happy second-order effect.
Just happy accidents.
These guys are truly the Bob Ross of the Protoss race.
You just paid some happy little DTs in your main. Happy little storm here.
Yeah. Their opponents certainly aren't happy.
Most of their opponents are Terrans. Terrans are never happy.
True. Okay, well, there's a bit of an advantage for Razz. Like, he's inside with his probe, Razz can block out nOmaD's probe. Oh, he doesn't actually do it. He actually lets it get in. Like, he wasn't on top of that micro. Yeah, if you're really on top of the micro of the Zealot, you can kind of like keep shimmying back and forth while you're hitting the probe and not let it get in. But this time around, does manage to get the probe in.
Yeah. You're gonna sneak on out of here too, keeping the probe alive. This probe's gonna die though. We waited until the goon came out.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you
Small win
think?
for nOmaD, I guess.
Is it better to get the probe out or continue the scouting? What are your thoughts?
Probably better to get the probe out at this junction, because like only just now will we be seeing like robos and citadels and stuff being thrown down, so you can kind of hide it from the probe still.
Yeah. All right. No tech. nOmaD just. nOmaD gonna go for a really quick nexus or?
It looks like it, doesn't it?
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Very greedy nexus here from nOmaD.
28 next and a PvP. You do you, man.
It's pretty rare. You don't usually see it.
No.
You are kind of dicing with death, but he did get a scout off, you know. It's not like he's completely in the dark this time around.
Yeah. But if we just canceled the robo and went 3-gate goon here, easy win.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, speaking of.
Ooh, he's going to do his own 3-gate just to be extra defensive. You kind of have to.
Yeah.
Like, it's better to go meatier when you're taking a fast nexus like this and just have a crazy amount of goons defensively.
Yeah, especially if you're going to try and expand. Being able to have your army split to avoid shuttles and actually still push up at the front.
Yeah.
This is really the best call.
But you'll just be too far behind if you try and tech normally, and you won't have enough production to make it work. It's better to just double down on your first like couple of tiers worth of units.
Yeah. It also sets you up for when your nexus comes online. So in about a minute when we've been really mining it and you need that extra production, you have the money.
Yeah, yeah. You'll see a lot of players do this when they get cheeky with a nexus.
Robo Bay.
Gonna be 2-gate Robo Bay here from Razz. Yeah. I mean, technically he can punish this, but you know the micro has to be really good as well. It's not like it's a build order win or anything. It does come down to micro still.
Yeah.
The longer this goes on, the better it gets for nOmaD, obviously.
Alright, probe sees no nexus. That's about it.
Yeah. With an AI pylon as well, like this is really tough to break for Razz. He will have a faster Reaver though, so maybe there's still a timing he can work with. Observer's a really big deal. It's like kind of having map hack. You can kind of choose your engagement ahead of schedule and like get a good arc going and target fire properly, but actually nOmaD runs him down a bit, shoves him back, gets a few shots off on a goon.
And that's such a good thing. If you are like, all right, your opponent's hesitating, you jump on them, you try and get a quick kill. Especially when army supplies are just about even. And of course, defender's advantage. If you take the fight, it's not great. You fall back, your goons pop out, and you're still cooking.
Yeah. Well, it's great that Razz has vision advantage with the observers, but it also means his shuttle and Reaver are slightly lagging behind. He probably will go straight into a Reaver before shuttle, which means like his offensive options are very limited. He's going to try and hold this high ground and stop nOmaD from pushing him off of it. nOmaD will have numerical advantage with the gateway production though. He might go for it anyway. It does look like he's trying to challenge now. It's one weakened Dragoon for Razz as well in the front. Will die pretty quickly. This is problematic for Razz. He will have that Reaver slugging it out. He will have that Reaver. It's just about to be in the natural in just a few seconds.
Here he comes.
So he can hold on to this. Yeah, there's an AI pylon that nOmaD has already chewed most of the way through. Razz should be fine with good target fire from that Reaver, so I don't think nOmaD will want to challenge this.
Yeah, there's not much you can do. A defensive Reaver next to a high ground ramp. You're not breaking that anytime soon with Dragoons.
Yeah, I think nOmaD is comfortable with his position anyway. With the earlier Nexus, he's gonna have like 5 gateway production in a second. So yeah, he's gonna just kind of chill. Looks like he's gonna tech straight into Templar. That's obviously the superior tech, going straight into Storm instead of Reavers, but it takes obviously longer to get there. So it makes sense that he's gonna just, set up in a defensive posture on the high ground ridge
Yeah,
in front of Razz's natural.
it's very risky to do most games, but when you're in this kind of commanding position, it's just the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm. There is a chance for Razz to turn this game around. Like most PvPs, build order wins don't matter too much. Micro is so important in PvP.
Yeah.
This is kind of ambitious from Razz. He's going to try and get his Reavers into firing positions without the use of a shuttle yet. He really wants to bully back nOmaD from this high ground before he gets too many units set up.
And it's going to work.
Yeah, it's a nice little win for Razz here. The shuttle will be coming out very soon. And now he can, maybe be a bit more aggressive because he knows that there's probably not much support behind these Dragoons. This is predominantly just going to be Zealot Goon from nOmaD until that Storm is ready. So there's a bit of a moment of weakness where Razz has a more well-rounded army, but the Storm will be ready in like the next 20, 30, 40 seconds or something like that. So he kind of has to go soon if he does want to punish. I think with high ground advantage, nOmaD should be okay, but let's see. We've good micro. Razz can make this work.
Yeah, the nice thing about Scarabs, they don't really care about your high ground. And that's going to allow Razz to push in here and dislodge the position.
Mm-hmm.
Getting anywhere beyond this is
Yeah, the army is looking pretty scary from nOmaD now, especially with the speed lots. Storm should be just about ready. Oh my god, this could be a very devastating fight. The Storm on the Reaver right away. Shuttle goes down as well. nOmaD is winning this fight very cost efficiently now. There's not much Razz can do about it, unfortunately. He had an attack timing. It was just a little bit too slow. GG is called, and nOmaD will be getting out of the group 2-0 in the winners match. Razz going to be waiting for who's going to be facing off against him in that finals match between WolFix and dxtr, which will be our next matchup.
Yes. Well, before we get into that, we got to get our boy nOmaD in here and ask what he thinks.
Sure.
Right. I think he's looking at the replay. I mean,
it's very common.
Yeah, with a game like that.
Yeah, it's very common to give a quick look at the replay, especially in tournament games.
So we'll give him a minute here. That was very well played by him.
Yeah.
It was a very clean PvP. Game 2 was. Game 1.
Yeah, game 1 was crazy.
Game 1 was a game to watch. Game 2 was a game for nOmaD. But sometimes you gamble and you win.
True. It was also really funny how they both looked at their DT in the center of the map and both saw the blur ahead of time as well.
And they're both just like, ah, crap.
Yeah, it's about to get wild.
I wonder if he just alt F4'd out of everything. He is nowhere to be seen. All right, we'll give him just a quick minute here, and if he's busy, he's busy. If he doesn't want to do the interview, it is what it is. But honestly, I want to interview him because making it out first is nuts.
Yeah, I definitely don't think he was a favorite for this group in most people's minds. Obviously, he's going to have a few friends and that in the chat that were rooting for him.
Yeah.
I think most people didn't expect him to get out of this group first, for sure.
Oh, there he is. Our man, the myth, the legend. It's nOmaD. How are you doing?
Yo, doing good. Doing good. How you guys doing?
Yeah, doing pretty good, man. You had some spicy games today. Why don't you talk us through what you're thinking, what you're feeling? Why don't we start with that game against WolFix?
Yeah, it was a good one. I definitely felt like I was more ahead than I was after I watched the replay. Going into that carrier transition almost lost me the game. So
Yeah, yeah,
definitely good to pull that one back. Luckily, he transitioned to Goliath, thinking I was gonna continue to try to carrier switch, but his Goliath and Ghosts with lockdown kind of cost him when I
yeah.
switched back into gateway units. So yeah, overall, I think he played well. I think I played well. I like to kind of keep it a little spicy, tell him to get the hell out of my game when I win. So
It's one of the perks
yeah,
of IPSL, right? That you're allowed to have a little bit of banter.
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
So,
So
oh, you go.
go on, you go on.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I think we're both asking about the same thing, so you can go ahead
I'll
and
let
do
you
it.
go. You go. You go. I did the last question. You go. You go.
So, game 1 versus Razz. Do we want to talk about that? DT versus DT into
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I've never played that map, so I was like, what the hell is these minerals at the front? I thought the map was
Right.
bugged or something, but um I was like, fuck it, I'll just go DT and hope for the best. And then I saw his DT with mine because I was just kind
Yeah.
of checking with the timing. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
um, got
Yeah.
really lucky that he went 2 goons, and I only went the 1. So mine was a bit faster. So I was able to block the ramp and get the cannon. So yeah, it's,
You both looked at the center at the same time, saw the shimmers, and it was like, all right,
yeah,
this is the kind of game it's gonna be.
yep, for sure.
Yeah, I didn't expect you both to go for DTs. That was definitely a spicy one. You got, I guess you could say you got a little bit lucky with the DT timing and blocking the ramp, but the execution was still really good beyond that. How do you feel about your PvP in general? Like compared to your other matchups, how confident are you in PvP?
Honestly, not very confident.
Mm,
I'm a little gimmicky in PvP. Just you know, got to kind of learn the basics. But I mean, I do pretty well just because I've got good control. Um,
yeah,
but that game too, I mean, it was obviously gimmicky. I mean, if he would have went some early aggression, it probably could have
right.
punished me. But as soon as I saw his observer floating, I mean, I pretty much knew I had that game. Just was on a timer to get storm. So
Yeah, yeah, he was playing pretty safe and standard, whereas you were definitely being a bit cheesy in terms of the greed and got away with it. Not much he could have done about that.
yep.
Yeah, opening
So
straight to Templar. That's Is there any particular? Obviously, Templar tech is superior to Reaver, but is there any particular reason you thought I can do it this game?
Yeah, I just kind of figured he'd play super safe and standard and go for, try to hedge his bets that I'd try to DT again because it worked so well for me. So figured I'd
Mm.
switch it up completely and go for an eco advantage and just try to out macro. So
Okay.
So what is it about StarCraft that like keeps you coming back to playing? Like not just the tournaments, but in general. What do you love so much about it?
best game ever made, man. Uh,
It's true.
yeah, it's just the best. It's the most exciting. Love to watch it. Love to play it. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's just the best. It's the only game
When
I
did
played, so
Hmm.
Oh, you don't play anything else?
nothing else. No.
Really?
Have you ever played anything else?
I mean, I played a little bit of Halo with some of my buddies, but I mean,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
nothing much.
All right. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, not a lot of people have been that true-blooded with StarCraft. So respect, man.
Hard to beat the
When
best
did you
game.
first start? Yeah, when did you first start playing StarCraft then?
Originally, I was playing, I called it vanilla back then, but I was playing the original. I've been playing it pretty much since it came out. So,
Nice, nice. You're a real
yeah,
OG then, man.
yep, for sure.
Well, who do you want to get in the next round? Because there's like the three Protosses you could have. Like, is there any one in particular you want to avoid or
I wanna keep playing Terran. I've been
yeah?
practicing a lot versus Terran. I feel pretty confident against Terran right now. So,
Easy wins
yeah,
all around.
definitely not easy wins, but we'll we'll do our best.
Yeah. Well, there is no Terran as a seed in the
There's no
next
Terrans
round.
left? Oh shit. Who's
Well, no,
left?
there'll be Terrans, I imagine, but you've got
Uh,
Artosis is through,
Yep.
so you've
nice.
definitely got him as a potential opponent. But there's not any other Terrans yet.
No,
There could
he's the only
be
confirmed Terran.
Rastoy.
Gotcha.
Wolfix could still get through. Rasui, he's a very standard Terran. He could get through as well. That's in Group D tomorrow. So there is a few potential Terrans there, but not a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your other hopes
I
are
like my
Radley.
chance.
Sorry, you go.
No, you good. I was just gonna say I like my chances against everybody. I think I got a
Yeah.
fighting chance against all of them. So they
Nice.
better bring it.
What about your PVZ? Like, you could end up facing off against someone like Rare or Eon Zerg or Zeke. That's a possibility.
I think all three of those are probably gonna smash me, to be honest with
Yeah.
you. But
Okay.
PVZ I think is the hardest matchup in the game, I'll say. It's just such a guessing game. Eon's solid as hell, Rhett's solid as hell. It's good to hear Zeke's playing. I thought he was out, but
Yeah, so I talked to Zeke, and he said, 50-50. It wasn't actually a, I'm out. So I followed up with him. I'm waiting on a reply. But as of
okay.
right now, he has not said he's not playing.
gotcha. Yeah, no, I
Well-
do feel pretty good PVZ as well. I just gotta really focus and think about the timings, because usually what gets me is either a 9-pool speedling or a hydro bust. So I feel like
Okay.
if I can stay in the game, after 7 or 8
So-
minutes, I'm usually in a good spot. So
Yeah.
What kind of preparation do you do for tournaments like this? Like, what's your practice look like? Do you have any like specific practice partners, or what's your routine for when you're preparing for games like this?
there's been really no preparation. I've just played with the boys in
Okay.
the NAKR Discord. We just game it out and have a good time.
Well, it's all the cool guys in there anyways, as far as I can tell.
Yeah. Good people for sure.
Nice, man. Sounds like a good time. Sounds like you're having fun with it, which is the most important thing after all. It is a game. Do you have anything to say to some of your supporters and fans? There was a few guys in the chat behind you from the start, even though most of us probably didn't expect you to get out of this group first today. You have kind of surprised a lot of those guys. Now, anything you want to say?
Shit, yeah, I didn't realize I had any fans, but shout out to you guys. We'll keep crushing.
Yeah. I know
Nice,
Turtle
man.
and
Well,
G5 are cheering for you at least.
Nice.
Yeah, you got some boys out there looking out for you, man. Good luck in the rest of the tournament. Who knows, you might surprise yourself.
Love it. Thanks, fellas. Thanks for
Thank you,
putting it
man.
on. Yep.
All right.
Take it easy.
Well, nOmaD out first.
Wow. Kind of subverting expectations a little bit there.
Yeah. Good for him. Honestly, that was for someone who probably didn't expect to do very well to begin with. Getting out first
Right.
in a group that is generally considered, by all accounts, a group that's kind of tough to get out first if you're not WolFix or Dexter. You know?
Yeah. Well, he said he wanted Terrence, right? I guess he's also, yeah, you were saying Radley is another chance. Nesh is in the group F. Yeah, he
Yep.
could get through as well. There'll be
I would
maybe
love to
some
see Nesh
Terrans
get
on
through.
there will be potentially some Terrans on the chopping block for him if he does get a bit lucky.
Yeah.
Not many Terrans, it seems.
No, this season is Terran light.
Yeah. And if he gets Artosis, I mean, that could be a tough fight. Artosis is pretty damn confident in TVP.
Yeah, I think Artie is going to be the main Terran threat as long as he doesn't get a Zerg. Like, if he gets a group with, like, Zeke and, like, who else do we got here? Zerg.
Rat.
They're going to make it through. Rat, JD
Eon
Conan, Eon Zerg, Striker, Hawk. Like, if he gets lucky and gets, like, a Protoss-heavy group, I think he's got a good shot to the round of 8. Any of these Zergs, though, he's going to have a real bad time.
Yeah, it seems like Artie has some issues with Zergs, but looks so confident in TVP, and his TVT is pretty solid as well. But I don't think he'll be having a lot of TVTs this tournament.
Imagine somehow it's just all the Terrans they get through are just in one group.
I feel like, what?
That would
How
be.
did that happen?
I don't know. With these ASL groups, I think everyone just wants TVT. You can't
I
convince
guess
me
they kind of have
otherwise.
to in ASL. There's so many Terrans in this ASL. It's crazy.
God, yeah.
Yeah, on oh, we go jumping right into our next game though. Dexter versus WolFix on Generator. Losers match. Spawning here in the top left on Protoss, Dexter. And his opponent up here in the top right on Terran, WolFix. Don't forget to reset the names and score in the bottom left there.
I was just looking at that.
So this could be a bit of a spicy one. Like, this could very easily have been the winner's match between these two. But now they're down here in the loser bracket. Both of their tournament line at risk. But there is a best of 3. So, you know, there's room for errors now.
Yeah, best of 3 is always feels better to play than a best of 1. Because you can lose a game and just shake it off and go, all right, this is why I lost. This is how I'm going to do next game. But at this level, everyone's got to have 2 or 3 builds to do, right? You're not really worried about a one-trick pony at this level. So even if you understand what you did wrong in game 1, game 2 could be anything.
Right. This is so funny from WolFix. Is he gonna try and Nexus? Sorry, CC first. Like he hasn't even thrown down a barracks yet. Or unless he's just doing his build order at the normal timings despite having the more money. But it looks like it is potentially gonna be a CC first. Oh boy.
Here we go.
This is pretty spicy. Yeah, and look at this from Dexter. He's going for a Nexus first, so this is a big win for WolFix, man.
Oh, God, it's beautiful. We're off to such a great start. We are 90 seconds into this game, and...
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. So, from this position, usually if you're up against a Nexus first and you can't punish it, you'll do something like a mine triple expand. But with a CC first, you're kind of already poised to deal with it ahead of schedule. It might be Dexter who is the one that will have to either adjust his game plan or get a little bit creative here, because the Terran's going to be sitting pretty.
Yeah, this just feels like the biggest Uno reverse card from WolFix. Like, oh, you're going to go Nexus first? Haha, no, you got to bust me now.
Well, I think WolFix identified that this is not a good map for aggression and proxies and what have you, so the likelihood of getting away with a CC first is probably higher than a lot of the other maps.
And he's not going to get first scouted, so...
Oh, this is just
crazy. I wonder what his reaction's going to be walking in here.
He probably want to take a swig of some vodka, take a drag of a cigarette, and just put his feet up.
2-gate follow-up, okay.
Yeah, this is a safe Nexus first as well, going for the second gateway like this. Which means he has to cut probes a little bit. So WolFix is going to be even more ahead economically.
Yeah. Oh, and it's going to be a last scout, too. By the time Dexter knows what's happening, it's too late to have any advantage.
Right. Like, in theory, he could have gone for a very fast third Nexus or something to try and compensate. But last scouting like this, yeah, his options are going to be somewhat limited.
I'm worried about this depot here as we go into like the mid-late game. I just feel like this is going to become a bottleneck at some point. He's going to have to kill it.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. It does kind of cut off the unit circulation ever so slightly.
It's like when Terrans build their depot just a little bit too more over to the side on top of the CC. And then just all their SCVs bounce out in the back.
Well, this seems like a pretty ideal situation for our Polish Terran, WolFix. So far, the Bulgarian is playing a very tight standard follow-up from the Nexus first, anticipating some kind of pulling of the boys or bust. And not only is that not coming, but WolFix is sitting back and just going to macro up on 2 bases and not feel any pressure whatsoever, it seems.
I love that he even got the bunker here. I don't really think you need it, but it's nice to have just It avoids anything super stupid happening.
I think you should make the bunker. It's a little bit safe. You are kind of light on units, like your factory timing is quite slow.
Yeah, you want machine shop first, looks like.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is about as greedy as you can get from a Terran player.
Pretty much. I guess, yeah. In terms of like early game openings, for sure. You could argue that mine triple expand is a little bit greedier on the scale. But in terms
Fair.
of just doing a build order blind, this is about as greedy as it gets.
Yeah. Okay, 4 goons are gonna cross, but we went siege mode first. Yeah, he's not dying to nothing.
Mm-hmm. But he's got no need to do anything, right? He should just sit back and chill.
Yeah.
At least until the mid game. I think he's just now killing an SCV scout inside his main.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot can be said about this game at the moment. It's going to be like a 2-gate obs style from Dexter, who should really be taking a Nexus. Yeah, there it is now at the third. But it's a 6-minute third base. Like, this is not greedy at all, especially relative to what WolFix is doing. This is actually slow.
Yeah. This is... yeah, I don't know. I've never seen both players be this kind of greedy to each other.
It's quite rare to see a CC first these days. Like, usually it's a bunker expand, not a CC first.
Yeah, I've seen a few like 15 or 16 CC follow up. You get first scout in the Nexus, and you're just like, all right, you know what, I'll try and play where I'm slightly greedy but a little bit behind. But just a blind CC first into, what do we have to do, 6 packs now?
Okay, so this is different from Wolfie. So he does want to get aggressive. Like, he's being very cheeky with the greedy opening, but he doesn't want to slow down. He's anticipating greed out of Dexter to follow this up, and he wants to punish that with a very strong 6-pack timing. But there's nothing stopping this observer from spotting all of this. So this is also nice from Dexter, identifying this ahead of time.
Yeah. He's going to get both observers in the main. He will know everything he ever wants to know.
Mm-hmm. And 6 factory can go horribly wrong. Like, it does happen to Terrans a lot, where they think they're doing fine, they push out with the 6 fact, and they get their tanks bowled over. It happens.
Yeah. Or you hit unsiege, and that's when Protoss decides that it's time to give you some love, and it's over.
Yeah. So the main thing would be hitting before the Citadel has its leg enhancements, finishes up. That's the main success of builds like this, kind of crippling the Protoss before they have all of the tools they need. But some Protoss players are kind of metagaming a bit. You know, they're squeezing out that leg enhancements a little bit earlier.
Yeah, leg enhancements is so good if Terran's going to try and be out in the map with a lot of tanks.
Yeah.
You just collapse on it. They can't do anything about it if they don't have enough vultures. And because a lot of Terrans like to be aggressive with their vultures, they don't tend to have a lot.
You can use Reavers to slow an attack like this down, but the main tempo swing comes from when the speed lots are online, usually.
He doesn't just try and take a third base from here, does he?
I mean, I guess he could. Like, theoretically, yeah. Off of a CC first, you could go 6 fact into third base. It's just not terrible, but it's not optimal either. I really do feel like he's going to be aggressive with this.
Yeah.
But seeing the Protoss attack with the scan, he actually pulls back. So
Smart.
I think he was thinking about moving out, but now realizes he could get flanked or overrun if he were to try and come out onto the map.
Yeah, absolutely.
Seems like leg enhancements is finished up. We got a couple of High Templars with this army as well. So Storm could be a massive X factor for Dexter. Vulture's kind of running into the third base and picking off a probe or 2 here and there.
No, it clears it all up. 100 minerals for 75 minerals, of course. Perfectly balanced.
Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, this isn't that strong of a Terran timing. There's only like 7 tanks here. It's not ideal, but Is a little bit of a choke point. That's a massive storm though on those stacked up tanks. If only these tanks were more spread apart, maybe this would have worked out for him. But Dexter having an easy job of chewing through this timing. I kind of feel like this maybe was a mistake from WolFix. Just going into a third base and playing more defensively on this map might have been the more optimal strategy to go for. As it stands, Dexter resetting the tank count completely and now looks to be eyeing up canceling this CC that's at the mineral only.
Yeah, I don't think there's any good way for WolFix to defend it, and he agrees he's going to cancel it. I just don't get why his tank count was so low, you know?
Yeah, he only had 7. Yeah, it was really not enough. You kind of need like 9 or more tanks there to feel confident. As it stands, he looks like he might even get his bunker busted. He's got a couple of tanks coming down the ramp now. I don't know if this is going to be enough. Like, there's a chance that WolFix is just dead. He does have an SCV wall as well with those tanks, so it does manage to keep Dexter away for the time being. Meanwhile, Dexter taking a 4th base at that 9 o'clock, kind of setting himself up for a better and better mid-game.
Yeah, it's just, this is not a good spot for WolFix at this point anymore.
Nah, pretty much most of his advantage has gone down the drain. It happens to a lot of Terrans. I was literally just talking about it before, how, you know, it's very common for 6 Factory to fall flat on its face when you try and move out.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, I would have much rather him just, you know, take a 3rd and then like power up to 9 factories. I think that would have been better. There was no real reason for WolFix to attack. Like, there was a relatively slow 3rd from Dexter. Even the 4th base is relatively slow for a CC first as well. So there's no need to attack, really. So yeah, there's a bit of a error in judgment from WolFix. He's just going to GG out. And unfortunately, putting himself in a deficit already in this series.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't... Mindset, right, is so much of everything. I wonder if he looks at this and goes, there's no way. Just GG, go next.
Yeah. I don't necessarily hate that call to GG either. Like, there wasn't too easy way of playing that game out from there on.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of just wearing your opponent out in a game that you're losing, but at the same time, from the mental standpoint, sometimes it's easier to just wash your hands of it, move on to the next one.
Pretty much, yeah, kind of agree with that. I think that was just an error in strategy from WolFix. I think he misread the situation, and Dexter didn't play anywhere near greedy enough to warrant that 6 factory. But it is what it is. We're getting ready now for our game 2 in the losers match, round of 24, Group C, WolFix versus Dexter on Attitude. And spawning here, down in the bottom right. Currently down 1 game in this series, representing Poland, it's WolFix. And his opponent up here in the top left, probably feeling pretty comfortable after that game 1 on Protoss, Dexter from Bulgaria. All right, cross maps.
Yeah. I wonder what his plan is. Obviously, this is a very good Terran map because of the doodads here around the 3rd. The wall.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
You know, only like a 70% win rate. It's not great, but, you know.
Yeah, the map has to be like crazy percentage for Terran before they start calling it an okay map.
Look, if it's an okay map, it's at least a 65% win rate. If it's a balanced map, it's like an 80% win rate for Terran.
Yeah, I guess it's not a huge edge for Terran on this map, but it's enough, you know.
Yeah.
50+%, you're pretty happy as Terran.
Well, with how many would we have? Like, in the round of 24, we had like 16 Terrans or some crazy number.
Mm-hmm.
I think that shows what the map pool's doing.
Yeah, it's definitely a big factor for sure. There's probably, you know, some other factors at play, like Flash being back might have, you know, lit a fire under a lot of these Terrans to try their absolute hardest and go ham themselves.
That's true.
But yeah, I imagine the map pool is one of the biggest factors for sure.
I hope that, I don't know, personally I just hope that Terran doesn't win ASL, but with Flashback it's kind of hard to root against Terran.
Yeah, I'll be happy if someone like Flash wins ASL, but I would love to see a crazy finals. Like ideally someone like Jadong, you know, like I just want the internet to break in the finals.
No spoilers, I'm not caught up with the round of 16 yet.
Okay, well the Jadong and
That's
Flash's group haven't
Monday,
played
right?
yet. Yeah, that's Monday, so I'm not spoiling anything.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was like my group B and C. I was like, which one is it? I'm trying to remember my own groups here for IPSL. That's the best my brain can handle.
Yeah, but don't miss it, guys. Go check out that ASL on Monday. Gonna be Bisu, Jadong, Flash, and Ampool. One of the craziest groups we've ever had in a round of 16.
And what channel on Snoop can they watch it on?
It's ASL English, or one word.
Nice. Should be a good cast. A great group, honestly. I'm excited.
Yeah, and honestly, a real honor to cast it as well. Like I didn't expect to get to cast like a Jadong versus Flash live ASL game, because they were, you know, Jadong was kind of slumping for a while. He's only recently been playing peak form, and suddenly Flash comes back too. It's like, whoa, Christmas has come early.
Yeah, what year is this?
And they're both playing so damn good as well, which is insane to think of. That not only are they both in the tournament, but they're both playing pretty at peak level.
Yeah, it's incredible to see that after all these years, they are still able to play so well and give us such great game.
Right. Yeah. It is kind of crazy. We even had Piano as an organ in the tournament doing pretty good, and you know he's nearly 40, for Christ's sake.
Well, you can get old, but you don't have to stop gaming, I guess.
True enough. I guess the generations of gamers can get older and older.
Which is pretty contrary to most other esport titles. Like if you look at League or CS or Valorant, like once you're in your mid-20s, you tend to rotate out.
Right. I mean, this is a thinking man's game at the end of the day. So yeah, just having a lot of experience goes a long way, as long as you can still kind of keep up with the mechanics.
Yeah.
So this is a very standard game from both players. Like no one is really taking any liberties here. WolFix is rightfully being a bit greedy with not throwing down a bunker, since it's cross map, and you absolutely can do that here.
Yeah, you shouldn't. There's no need for a bunker in this kind of position. Unless you're really worried about some sort of big bust coming, but...
Yeah, and oh my god, Dexter's actually playing super safe. He's going 3-gate obs. This is like the most cookie-cutter way you can play Protoss. It's very safe against any early aggression from Terran.
Yeah, this is the I don't want to die to something stupid kind of build. You're safe against mines, you have enough Dragoons, you are pretty much set for anything. Doesn't give you an advantage, but...
Yeah, but it does slow down your own expansions and what have you. So ideally, as Terran against this, you kind of want to go into, like, say, a 5 factory into early 3 base. If you can get, like, a 5 factory timing into, like, a 9-minute CC for your third, and you just sit back and power off of like 8-9 factories, it's pretty ideal against a strategy like this from Protoss.
Yeah, we'll see if WolFix picks up on this and can take advantage of it, or if he's just gonna sit back and play a bigger game than that.
Well, I hope he doesn't go for another 6 factory push, because that's kind of the thing that Dexter will do well against.
Yeah, as history has shown.
And it is cross map as well, so I think it's even less likely to go for that kind of timing from the Terran.
Yeah, cross map messes up so many things.
Yeah, I mean, in general, StarCraft is a timing attack game, but Terran is the timing attack race as well. So when you shave off like, you know, 5 to 10 seconds off of those possible range of timings, most of your timing windows are like 10 seconds wide, especially in matchups like TVZ. So if you've already lost a few seconds with the cross map, yeah, you sometimes will just not go for certain strategies because of that.
Yeah. It's like trying to bust the Nexus first near spawn or cross spawn. It's so vastly different.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's still possible, but infinitely harder.
Yeah. The amount of precision you need to bust a nearby Nexus versus the far Nexus is so different.
Yeah. So we got a pretty delayed third here from dxtr, and he's going to try and see if he can pressure with his pretty high counter Dragoons. There's not a lot here for WolFix. He's got 2 tanks on the high ground. Oh, he's kind of bugging them out a little bit, that Vulture on the ramps.
Yeah.
They're not in idle firing positions. It means he can just run into the natural and get a kill on that first tank. Tries to get onto the high ground with a Dragoon. See if he can punish these tanks on the high ground. Some SCVs coming off the line to try and glitch out these goons, but this is pretty precarious for WolFix. Like, technically he's not dead, but this is really annoying as well. He's going to lose a few SCVs. He is going to kill a lot of the Dragoons of dxtr for some compensation.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a greatest of starts, but I think overall it's okay for WolFix. Like, a lot of Dragoons did die, and he lost 2 tanks. It's not the worst. He can just expand from here.
Yeah, this should set him up well to expand. I think Dexter stuck around a little bit longer than he probably should have with that. He tried
got a little bit tunnel vision.
ramp, but
yeah. There was an opportunity to punish, but when it started to go wrong, he kind of stayed around too long.
Yeah. But honestly, he got some good damage done there. He killed the tanks. He killed off all the Marines, which doesn't seem like much, but they tend to be useful later on, especially if shuttles come into play. But yeah, not great overall. It sets up WolFix well for the next stage.
I'm kind of surprised he's putting this siege tank here, especially when he's not got anything to float and spot for it.
Yeah, he's just hiding in the corner. He'll be fine.
I guess so. It is a very hard position to attack into once you get set up, so he's got that going for him. And he's got spotter mines at the 12 o'clock and the other natural third gas for dxtr, and seeing that he's not taking an early 4th probably makes WolFix feel pretty comfortable in this game.
Yeah, this is what he can hope for at this point. All right, we took a fight. I heal off a bunch of goons. I can expand. You're not expanding. And hopefully I can turn this into something.
Yeah. Like, even if this is like a 10-11 minute 4th from dxtr, that's totally fine. Considering how fast our third was for Terran. Is he going to get greedy? It looks like he's going to get greedy and just try and take a very fast 4th as well.
It does look like that, yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
I love the scan after everything starts building. I don't want Protoss to see everything, but if they see me building it, it's fine.
So this is wild. Like, a Terran's 4th is starting before the Protoss's 4th is. So yeah, the longer this game goes on, the rougher it's going to get for dxtr. But that also means WolFix is spreading himself quite thin here.
Yeah, this
definitely opens himself up to
fragile.
Exploitation. Yeah, it's very flimsy. It can go wrong for him.
Well, if the observer stops here, it's actually not the worst.
Yeah, and I don't know about this. It looks like dxtr's thinking twice about pushing in. He's got leg enhancement, so he should go, and he is going to go.
There's no mines
That's
anymore.
quite a lot of zealots. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
WolFix
we're just going to get run over here. This is...
bit off more than he could chew with that 4th timing. Yeah, this is really rough, man.
This is so
it's just too greedy. Yeah, it's unnecessarily greedy, I would say.
Yeah, if there's no attack here, honestly, if the game goes another 5 minutes, it's so WolFix favored, but it's not going to go another 5 minutes. Dexter said,
Yeah.
I want to get out of this group. You're not getting out. GG.
Yeah. GG. And WolFix is eliminated from the IPSL 2-0. Salute to you, sir. Another one bites the dust on. And dxtr will be joining us in that finals match to take on Razz.
Huh. This should be fun.
Hey, didn't you want a Dexter versus Razz game earlier? We were talking about.
Yeah, I feel like we mentioned it. Yeah, this will
Yeah.
be. I think that their play styles will be very interesting to against each other. I feel like Dexter tends to mirror his opponent very well. Like, oh, you're doing this, so
Yeah.
I'll do this. Like, all right, like you're being greedy, I'll be greedy. You're being aggressive, I'll be aggressive. And
Mm,
Razz loves playing like a bit of a wild card. Like, oh, I'm gonna be aggressive here and also be a bit greedy here.
right, right.
And so I'm really curious to see how this will go.
Yeah, I think Dexter's definitely a more complete Protoss compared to the other guys in this group. I think we're going to go to a quick commercial break, though, guys. So run to the bathroom, grab some water, grab some fruit, whatever you're going to do, and join us in this finals match of the IPSL round of 24 Group C. It's going to be Razz versus Dexter. Don't go anywhere.
Hello everyone. Tali is taking her seat, getting ready for our final match of the day, Razz versus Dexter.
Yep, you boys are strapped in, locked and loaded. We are. Could see some more crazy PvP action in just a few seconds. Both players are ready, jumping into it. Game number 1 of the final set in the round of 24 Group C, Razz versus Dexter on Generator. Spawning here in the top left, the Protoss from Bulgaria, Dexter. And his opponent down here in the bottom left on red, also on Protoss, representing America, it's Razz.
Alright, do you think we get DT versus DT again? What's the over-under on double DTs in this map?
I think it's very unlikely that we'll see that again. It's very rare you see DT versus DT.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, it's not, you know, there's a non-zero chance, right? Like, it's still possible.
A man can
I wouldn't
dream,
bet
right?
on it, but it's possible. I want to see a DT versus DT game where both players don't defend the ramp. You know what I mean? I want to see some draw potential.
Now that would be awesome.
Ooh, Razz is going 2 gate.
Yes, he is.
It's a little bit different. We've been seeing a lot of 1 gate tech today. Razz is mixing it up. Going to be doubling down on those early game zealots.
I feel like 2 gate's not that good at the top level, though.
No, it isn't. The higher level you get, the less you want a 2 gate in PvP.
Yeah. Maybe it's a cheeky on this map it might work, but once again, we've covered that this map's not that great for aggression.
At the pro level, you kind of have to proxy the gates to make it work.
Yeah. Well, even then, if you're going to do that, it's more of a 9-9 than a 10-12.
Yeah, and not only that, but you tend to do it on select maps. Like you're more likely to do it on maps like Sylphid, for example, where there's no high ground. You know, there's an easier transition into the main base and what have you. Yeah, it's not something that's that great at a pro level. Just doing a in-base 2 gate.
Yeah, the lucky thing here is that Razz gets first scout. We are getting diagonal scout here from Dexter, but he won't get to see this until the zealots are already halfway to his main.
True, true. Did he make a zealot? I think Dexter did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah. But if our third one pops in time to block the ramp, we'd be super cooking, but I don't think we're that lucky.
No, it's nowhere near close enough, unfortunately. He sees the news now. There's going to be 2 zealots en route into his main base. A little bit of a rally mistake there from Razz. 1 zealot kind of just chilling at the gateway. Could be lagging behind a bit, but we'll have some opportunity to get some massive probe damage here. And with good micro, you know, Dexter can easily get himself out of this situation. Usually you won't see a 2 gate for that reason. If the other guy's got good enough micro, usually this gets shut down pretty quickly.
Yeah, ranged units beat melee units for some reason. Blizzard, please.
Yeah, that's kind of a weird thing, right?
Why is it that my man with sword is losing to man with ball thing?
Oh. He can split off the low HP zealot into the mineral line and buy time with the high HP zealot. Does get 1 probe. It's something. You need a bit more than just 1 probe kill to make this worth. Needs to keep this up and does get a 2nd probe kill. He can get like 3 or 4 at least. Suddenly this becomes better and better for him. He is forcing a bit of lost mining time as well, forcing those probes to shuffle around, trying to get a drill onto that zealot.
Yeah,
while the dragoons are going to town on the others.
Look at all these probes that are just trying to dive on it. He's got 1 probe mining right now.
Oh, this is stacking up now. Now it's getting better and better for Razz. Do you know what the weird thing is though? Like, even if you kill like 7 or 8 probes, you can still die. Like they can kill you with like hardly any economy because they've got the goon advantage, right?
Yep.
So even though you might go on.
I was gonna say, I've always said that you can kill your opponent, but like if you do this kind of damage, you got to be ready for the follow-up all in. Because if you kill a bunch of the economies, they're gonna attack you.
To put it into simple terms for guys in the chat that maybe like, you know, a D rank or something and not quite know like the intricacies of StarCraft, like think about it like this. It's great to kill economy and kill workers, but if you're not trading, if you're not killing their units and you're sacrificing units to kill their economy, they are more likely to outtrade you in the immediate future. So it's not usually good enough compensation to trade units for workers, generally speaking.
Yeah.
You ideally want to kill some units and workers afterwards.
I think the best example of this is Terran who throw vultures everywhere. You'll see, I've seen Light do it. You know, he throws a bunch of vultures into a Protoss third, a Protoss fourth. Oh, wow, he's out of probes. And then he loses to the Protoss army.
Yeah, because he's not got enough vultures for the Zealots afterwards, you know?
Yeah. But thankfully...
Okay, well, Razz does just barely get the 4 goons out in time, so it looks like he will hold.
And that's a great way to move into the mid-game.
Yeah. Like, he just barely navigated this well enough where he killed a decent amount of probes and he delayed long enough to stop a counterattack from being successful.
Yeah. His robo's a little later, but his probe count's really low, though, I feel like. It's not bad, but it feels like it's lower than it should be. Like, Dexter shouldn't be this close with how many probes died.
Well, he didn't kill that many probes. He just, like, you know, forced a lot of lost mining time as well as some deaths.
Yeah. He killed like 5 at least, I think.
Yeah, but with a 2-gate, 5 is pretty minimal. Like, really, like, even killing 7 or 8, you can still die.
That's fair. Gonna be aggressive here.
You kind of, like... you kind of need to kill like 5 probes to feel okay about the build. Where like, okay, I can still transition and play a macro game from here.
I don't know about being aggressive from here. I feel like it's so hard.
You probably don't want to get aggressive. Yeah.
It's so hard to get up this ramp.
Well, you wouldn't want to get up the ramp, but he wants to contain the ramp, is what the idea is here.
Yeah.
He wants to just try and delay the natural timing from Dexter and maybe, you know, see if it's even up or not. And you can see he's not even going to try and contain. He's just going to check for the natural and then back off, which is even smarter, to be honest with you. It's even less risky.
Yeah, that way you don't accidentally get jumped.
Yeah, it's not a good idea to camp the ramp too much here. Like, yes, you can technically delay the natural for a few seconds, but it's not really worth it. They're going to get a Reaver out soon. And if you're not paying absolute attention at every single point, you could just lose the game because they jump down the ramp when you're not looking.
Yeah. You just look away to macro, you look back, and suddenly your goons explode.
So, Razz is pretty comfortable. Like, he's ahead economically, but there is a slight tech advantage for Dexter ever so slightly, so it's kind of hard to say who's in advantage right now. Like, it could go either way.
Yeah. The Nexus coming up first for Razz will be an advantage, but you don't really see the advantage of your Nexus coming online for another, 30 seconds to a minute, because you have to get your gateways up, you have to mine it.
Yeah, it's not a huge deal in PvP to have slight eco leads, really.
Yeah.
Usually tech leads can actually be more important, so there is some argument that Dexter's in a slightly better position on paper. Depends on who you ask.
Yeah, and like the gateways are coming up now, but that doesn't help you right now, right when the armies are pretty equal.
Yeah, and Reavers are literally about to pop out for Dexter. There is a vision advantage for Razz, so that's something.
The Observer's
That
coming back home.
Observer is coming. Yeah, if he kills the Razz's Observer, this is going to be pretty sticky. Oh, he's going to go for it just before the Reaver's ready.
Well,
I don't know if I agree with this. Yeah, this is a bit of a risky timing to go for. They should have Reavers at this time, and indeed he does, and loses this vision advantage completely. Now Dexter's actually way more ahead than he was a few seconds ago.
Yeah, and now Razz has to try and run away with his tail between his legs as the Reaver and Goons are chasing.
Mm-hmm. PvP is such a hard game to call though, because like even if like one guy's slightly ahead, like all it takes is one weird engagement for that to completely change. So you don't want to call it too early here.
Yeah.
What's that coming into the natural for Razz? Oh, he is trying to poke in to get some damage done, but looks like Razz is set up for it.
Yep. All right.
Got his own Reaver now. Now he has vision advantage yet again. This is a big deal. Does eat a Scarab to start things off. He tries to pounce on the Reavers of Dexter, scoops one of the Reavers up to try and juggle it, but Razz is very adamant in killing these Reavers. He kills the shuttle and the first Reaver, now trying to go after the second Reaver, man. Yeah, he was slow to build up those Scarabs. Big Scarab connection, helping Riz win this fight very one-sidedly, considering technically an advantage there for Dexter. He kind of got caught with his pants down in that one engagement.
Yeah, if that Reaver shot hadn't killed 3 Goons, this looks very different. But Reaver shots, man, they do a lot of damage. And also, like, if Dexter had Scarabs in his second Reaver, it would look a lot different. Because there was a couple points where it looked at something, but had no Scarabs to fire.
Oh, this is a problem for Dexter. His army is isolated on the 9 o'clock. He's trying to get it back to safety now, but Razz is in position to try and punish, to try and catch some of these Dragoons on the retreat. This is another small win for Razz. Both players are fairly even on gateway count, but Razz's gateways were earlier, so he does have a production advantage ever so slightly.
Yeah.
I like the spotter pylons from Razz as well. He's covering a lot of the angles in case there were going to be any shenanigans with some shuttles. It's like the one way that Dexter can find his way easily back into this game is with something like a shuttle slipping into his base when he's out on the map.
Yeah. As long as you have vision, you should be generally fine for things like this, and that's what all these pylons are for.
It looks like Dexter was thinking about taking a third here, but Razz isn't going to let him.
Nope.
Not without a fight.
Probe gets got.
Yeah. Now this is just a game of I expand faster than you. So Razz is going to take his own third while skirmishing around and trying to slow down the third of Dexter ever so slightly and kind of compound his advantage ever so slightly.
I think we're going to finally see that big macro game we were talking about on this map.
Yeah, possibly. It's looking like it. Dexter will be probably quite cautious about when he moves out, knowing the situation. I don't think he's going to be hyper aggressive. He's more likely just to move forward to secure a region so he can take his third.
Yeah.
Might try and take the 12 o'clock, it looks like.
Oh,
the shuttle's moving out. The shuttle's going for it.
Oh, he's thinking about it.
He thinks better of it, though. Yeah, I think he saw the spotter pylon maybe and realized that it was a bit too much of a gamble. Could just throw the game right then and there if he loses that shuttle.
Yeah. You got to be careful, because if that shuttle gets in and gets picked off and it has 2 Reavers in it, that's the game, folks.
Pretty rough. Pretty much. Yeah, Razz has ever so slightly more Dragoons, so if you give him 2 Reaver advantage as well, it's pretty over. This is a very tough arc to break into, though, so it does seem like this is going to go to a macro game, just because it's very difficult to attack into these choke points on Generator. So I can see a game where Razz just sits back and tries to eventually get a 4th online as well.
Yeah, but he doesn't have any observers with his army currently.
Mm.
He's lacking that big vision advantage that you really want when you're trying to play.
Yeah,
Reavers.
usually you want an observer spotting their army for when you move in with your own Goon Reaver to kind of guarantee a good engagement.
3 Reavers and a shuttle. That's a
Was there
lot
a
of
drop right now
potential.
in the natural? Yeah. Yeah.
Looks like he
It's
tried.
tempting a drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was like, "Where's the shuttle?" And I looked up, and it's over in the naturals. We found it.
There's a big fight. Raz is picking up those 2 Reavers to come down here and try and support this, but big Scarabs have been going off while these Reavers were AWOL. Does get some massive Reaver Scarab connections onto the Reavers of Dexter, but loses the shuttle support, so his Reavers are just dead in the water and get taken out. Suddenly Dexter winning this fight now.
Yeah, so that ends up being very good for Dexter. Razz has to run away. He did take out one of the Reavers in the shuttle, so there's not really a whole lot of chase potential for Dexter, but
Yeah, a little bit back and forth between these 2 guys. They're fairly even now.
yeah, +1 is cooking for Razz. We have no Ford yet. Oh. Dexter heard my thoughts.
I'm really curious if Dexter's gonna maybe try and go into Storm with this 3rd gas base at the 12.
Oh, that was almost dangerous.
Yeah. That shuttle is so low for Razz, so he needs to be very careful about how he maneuvers around the map now.
Yes. This can get picked off way too quickly.
Yeah. I would love to see Dexter play defensively and go into Storm with the gas 3rd base, but he might not do that. He might just stay on Goon Reaver for a long time. Razz is going to take a 4th base behind this.
I mean, this entire matchup's built on Goon Reavers, so if you just stay on it, hopefully we can get something done.
It is quite rare to switch into Storm early, just because of how much of a potential tempo loss it is. You can see Razz doubling down with a double robo.
Yeah, it's funny because I was just about to say, Razz is probably the one in position if you want to transition out. And then I look at his base, there's a 2nd robo popping. It's like, oh, okay, no. He's committed to this.
Oh, the shuttle is so low, but it doesn't get taken out. Reaver's still online. There's a Reaver advantage, though, for Dexter. Slight concave advantage for Razz. He gets a big connection on those probes, but Dexter is winning the fight overall, despite taking a bit of economic loss there.
Yeah. He loses 9 workers, and Razz has to retreat. But Razz also has a 4th base coming on up, so he doesn't mind, as long as it's not game-ending damage. As long as he can hold it at home, he doesn't really care too much. Where are you going, buddy?
Dexter sees it as a good opportunity to get his own 4th base online. So yeah, we are seeing that macro game we were anticipating.
And who doesn't love a macro PvP? Right, chat?
Oh my gosh, look at that. Razz is taking a 5th in the bottom right as well. This is getting pretty spicy.
Yes. These guys want many minerals.
I think Razz has basically figured out, okay, he's going to get 4 bases up and there's not much I can do about it. I might as well try and leapfrog him in the expansion game.
Yeah. You can stay a base ahead of your opponent in a mirror. That's the dream.
A single speed lot coming out and doing some scouting maybe. Waldy's distracting him. He's got a Reaver drop in Razz's natural. Not really getting a lot of probes, but this is still a lot of lost mining time.
Yeah. All we're killing really is the cannon. Oh.
Very low shuttle.
Yeah, he gets away.
Okay, we see a Templar Archives for Razz. Could just be for upgrades, but also could be for a Templar transition.
Yeah, I would love to see some Templars at this point. I think, like I said, I think he is in the right position to do it. And obviously Templars are just better than Reavers.
Is Razz mining gas? No, he's not. Okay, that's a problem. Razz isn't yet mining his gas at 6. He's having a bit of problems with his resources, not mining that gas.
Yes. If you're ever in a game, and this is to everyone in chat, if you're in a game and you go to build something and it says you don't have enough gas, look at all your bases real quick. You're probably not efficiently mining. It happens all the time.
Yeah. Especially if you got like only like 2 workers on it and you think there's 3 and you're not quite noticed that there's only 2.
Yeah.
That can be annoying.
That is probably the worst case scenario, because you'll look at it so many times and you're like, but I've got people mining on it.
Right. Well, Dexter wants to try and get a 5th base online, but Razz being very proactive with this Shuttle Reaver. Going to be denying that probe from setting things up.
Yeah. Right,
oh, he finds it. Dexter's going to find this base, yeah.
Yeah, he is. And now he knows
the cannons will eventually save it, but I think the other cannon finished in time. But Razz actually has Reavers coming down here anyway.
We have 150 minerals.
Yeah. Well, it could be a big engagement.
Yeah, he's trying
Razz
to go down
here out of position.
Whoa.
Yeah, there's Templars online for Dexter here. Some beautiful blankets of Storm could make a big difference. Does kind of leave some Storm in his wake and then retreats.
Do we not have Storm yet for Brad?
He could be holding it, but it's possible that the research is not done yet. There it is. Not the most ideal of targets, but anything is good right now. Looks like Razz is actually winning this fight as well.
The 2 Reavers in the back line helping out a lot, while the Storm's in the front kind of forced Dexter forward.
This is a problem, because like Razz can deny this 5th base again while he's battling back Dexter. He's got a shuttle with Reavers heading it now, I believe. Yeah.
And now Dexter.
I mean, Dexter really wants to save this. Yeah, he really wants to save this, but he kind of has to worry about this army in the center at the same time. Pretty beautiful storms onto the Dragoons of Razz, but it's not enough to overcome this position.
Nah, it's a lot of damage goons, but not a lot of dead goons.
He does deny that 5th, and look at this. Razz is taking a 6th base. Oh, but a couple of Reavers from Dexter. Gonna try and harass and pick away at this base as well. It's gonna pull a large portion of the army of Razz down here. I wonder if he's gonna try and intercept the shuttle on the exit as well as clean it up with his own shuttle, so he can like catch the shuttle as it flies out. Yeah, he's setting up to catch the shuttle as it flies out.
Oh, here we go.
Oh. Yeah, I think that shuttle's dead.
Got him.
Well, Razz is getting further and further ahead as this game progresses, and neither player has a tech advantage anymore. I think the upgrades are pretty good for Razz as well. 2-1, what we got here for Dexter, just the +2 weapons. So yeah, Razz is pretty much ahead across the board. Dexter's gonna be in a lot of trouble, man.
Yeah, it's all Razz has to do now is just bounce around, deny this base, deny this base, deny this base, and he'll win eventually.
No, he technically doesn't even need to deny the 9. He just needs to stop the top right being secured, but looks like he's got an opportunity to play whack-a-mole anyway because Dexter's way out of position.
Yeah, and the nice thing is hitting this base forces Dexter into this position. And then you can just pull out. You didn't commit too hard, so now you're just going to go somewhere else.
I think there's a shuttle Reaver in the bottom right yet again from Dexter. Oh, Storm drop this time.
Oh,
bit different.
Kills.
Yeah, Reavers might have been better because you could have killed the Nexus, but it's better than nothing.
Oh, that barely survived. What? Oh, it's just broke here. Never mind.
He's gonna die to cannons either. Oh, he gets the High Templar out. Could get a couple of probes. Gets 1 probe on the exit.
A kill. A life for a life.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really wants to make
You
sure
ever
that
see-
there's no taking the top right.
You ever see that film? I think it's Seven Psychopaths. You ever see that one?
I have not.
They're having like a discussion, and like one of them basically says like an eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind, and the other guy's like, no, it wouldn't. There'd still be one guy with one eye. Gandhi was wrong.
Yeah, he's got a point.
Yeah, he does. And there's another saying, isn't it? In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. Something like that.
Yes. You don't need much. You just need to be better than everyone else.
Spoken like a true capitalist.
Alright,
Okay, he does kill this Nexus down here in the bottom right.
Yeah.
Look at the middle though. Like, this is a potential big fight gonna occur here. Squad of zealots on the flank to the south, kind of stopping this army from joining up into one big meat grinder, while the bulkhead is getting stormed into oblivion by Dexter as well. Overall, Razz maybe will come out ahead on this fight, but it was an interesting engagement from Dexter.
A lot of the Templar got picked up. They were all up here for Dexter. So a couple of Reaver shots, and they were all just gone.
Yeah, Razz just barely winning this fight. Dexter trying to rapidly expand towards the top right quadrant of the map. Dexter should be able to win this fight now. Does pick up all the High Templars. There's a few Reavers to get through still.
If he had
This is one of the
actually
first
dropped the
times.
storm,
Yeah, well, this is one of the first times in the game that Dexter took the supply lead for quite a long time. Who knows, man? It's possible Razz could throw this game.
Razz needs to get gateways down here in the bottom right real quick. He just needs more.
He's got DT in the top right, but there's a massive army from Dexter streaming downtown to the bottom right. He's actually starting to pull that back as soon as he sees the DT. Interesting.
Yeah, he wants to. He really needs to make sure the top right comes online, so he's willing to sacrifice his momentum for it.
Yeah, there's one DT pulling out the entire army from Dexter from maybe getting a counterattack blow successful down in the bottom right.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I don't think Razz had a huge amount down here, so had that DT not been attacking, Razz actually could have lost this base.
Yeah, well, two bases, really. Right? You get the natural
Yeah,
enemy.
potentially both. Looks like we got an attack from Razz towards the mineral only of Dexter. He's going to hit two locations at once, kind of distract Dexter on the right side of the map with this shuttle, and then run it down with this small Zealot goon force.
Yeah, 3-3 versus
There is a
just
Reaver
+2.
here. Yeah. Well, we're definitely getting that macro game we were expecting.
All right, so where are the carriers?
I don't think we'll see. Oh wait,
We're
Arbiter.
gonna get
There is an
Arby's.
Arbiter though. Yeah, not a carrier, but an Arbiter. That's definitely fun.
I'll take some Arby's.
Yeah, if you got vision advantage and you kill their observers, suddenly Arbiters become a pain. Ooh,
Do you go for stasis
couple of
or
Reavers and
recall?
cannons. It's tough to say, honestly. Like, it's so situational.
Yeah, I have no idea, really. All right, the storms in the back line are really good here. Stopping Razz from coming in, sandwiching this.
I think Razz just barely clears this up, but it's so close.
Oh, another Scarab out of... Another Reaver out of Scarab.
Oh. You could get another massive Scarab connection here. Oh. Goon's kind of dudding out that Scarab.
There we go. Finally gets it cleaned up, but yeah, that was a little butt clenchy for a moment there.
Yeah, and this game is no longer going to be clean for Razz because Dexter's got these bases online in the top right. Suddenly we're approaching a split map situation. There's a small gas advantage for Razz, but you know, it's negligible.
Yeah, it's at this point you have enough gas to pay for what you want on either side, so it doesn't make
Pretty
as
much.
big of a difference.
Yeah, it's not that drastic as it would be at the start of the game.
All right, invisible units
well.
are better than visible ones.
Seems that way. Oh, there's a couple of cannons here to give detection.
Yeah, and you
We'll
can't
try and
storm
rotate to the
cannons.
mineral only. Oh, if he gets a storm on that probe line, would be pretty devastating as well.
Oh, he just wants to go for the kill. Alright, Arbiter goes
Yeah,
down.
I think Razz is just barely doing it. There's, unfortunately for Dexter, he was so close to stabilizing this game.
Yeah.
But Razz is barely overrunning him here.
And once
Like
again,
a trickle of units.
crazy game one.
Yeah, this has been a bit of a nail biter between these two. Razz has slightly came out on top the longer the game progressed.
Yeah.
There was a moment where it looked like Dexter was, kind of seizing initiative again and could be taking the lead, but Razz has been able to shut him down.
Yeah, Razz pulling that supply lead back. I think there's not
Honestly,
really much this army can do, but
honestly, that one DT probably was the decider. Like, if he didn't pull back for that DT, or the DT wasn't attacking, I think that Dexter kills those bases in the bottom right, and this game looks different.
yeah, I think that's 100% correct. We have nothing to deal with DTs. We have no detection with us. Well, we killed the Reaver at least. Maybe we can try and splash down the DT, but we're just making Archons out of everything.
This is a real slug match as well. Like, both players are just like slamming into each other whenever their armies get close.
There's no respect, just attack.
Yeah. It's like two MMA fighters agreeing to just stand in the center of a ring and just bang it out.
Yeah. So boxing.
Well, it's rare that you see two people bang it out in boxing. It's more common in MMA.
Boxing's all just dancing around.
Yeah, pretty much. Ooh.
I'm surprised Razz hasn't invested in cannons along the edge of this base.
Yeah, he's got the minerals for it.
Yeah, just a couple of cannons up here. Do the fastest thing where you just layer a whole wall of cannons.
That's pretty excessive, but yeah, could do that.
Guaranteed he won't get in now.
Yeah, I rarely do mass static D in fastest. I'll usually just scout with overlords and have hydras ready to jump.
Yeah, but where's the fun? That doesn't feel very fastest to me, you know?
So I play on 2.5%, 2.5 times speed. Is that fast enough?
You know what? That is pretty fast, actually.
yeah, it is.
All right, so we've denied a mineral only, but we're not denying any gas here for Dexter, you know? Like, this gas space is still online, and this one's still online. We're just going to try and end it here?
It seems so. I think so, yeah. I don't see why not.
Send it right up mid.
There's some good... He's got some Archons. He's got a couple of Storms to work with. I guess he might be able to shut this down. Razz is retreating.
Yeah, that was a little
There's a drop in the top right as well.
Ooh, hello. He was ready for workers, but there's no workers to storm.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like Razz is still coming out on top, but it's not a clean game by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
Dexter's still making him work for it.
Have we just forgotten about our fort? Feels like. The craziness of a big game like this, you end up forgetting about an upgrade, and that's what ends up costing you in the end. That and the destroyed mining because of this cannon.
Those poor probes, man. So many probes have died in this game.
Yeah, it's a bad time to be a probe.
For sure.
Oh, come on. It's got 4 health. Even an Arbiter can kill it.
Let the Arbiter kill it.
I think the Arbiter did kill it. It's got 1 kill.
Damage.
Can you imagine how good the Arbiter would be if it did normal damage?
Like a normal Dragoon's worth, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be funny if Blizzard just randomly put out a patch. Suddenly Arbiters have double damage. It'd be kind of funny.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Damage type changed to normal. They now destroy everything.
Just give them true damage. Arbiter build. Oh, Dexter's so dead.
Oh.
Massive pincer in the center.
Yeah. Body blocking high Templars.
GG.
GG's.
That was a pretty crazy game number 1. Both players be a little bit tired after that one.
2 PvPs today on this map, both going to 30 plus minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Telling you, this is a macro map, whether people like it or not.
It's crazy how like some PvPs can last a lot longer than TVTs these days.
Yeah, I feel like TVT is kind of getting more figured out, and PvP is getting less figured out.
A little bit, yeah. There's a lot to be said about that. TVT is just so much more dynamic and aggressive these days. It's not like a split map, sit back and make BC situation anymore.
Yeah.
Very rarely that happens at the high level.
It's all Vulture Wars these days.
Kind of. It kind of evolved beyond Vulture Wars even as well. Like there was a period of like a year or year and a half where Vulture War was the meta. You still see Vulture War now, but it's a lot more dynamic range in the mid game, and players aren't static with their tank lines anymore.
Yeah.
Vultures are just used more in general, so you're more likely to use vultures to break a tank line, for example, like just run up and start laying mines and stuff.
Yeah, and not to spoil results, even though everyone should know that the round of 60 groups are out, but in the round of 24, we had a whole Terran group, and it was actually incredibly fun to watch.
Yeah. And there's definitely more TVT for you guys to look forward to in the ASL. But we're ready for game number 2 now. The final set, Razz versus Dexter, game number 2 on Attitude. Spawning here. In the top right, on Protoss, Dexter. And in the bottom left, on red, Razzle Dazzle, currently leading the series 1-0.
And I still want Razz to make it out, you know?
Yeah,
soon to be dad.
Same.
I really wanted to see him make it out. And it's actually looking really likely.
Yeah,
he looked part. No offense
he
to
did
Razz.
look pretty solid in that game. Yeah, it wasn't the cleanest of finishes though. Like Dexter definitely gave him a run for his money in that game.
Yeah. I'd love to see him clean it up and have a much stronger game too.
Mm-hmm. Dexter is a very solid player all around though. It's not going to be an easy task.
Oh yeah, I think there's a more than 50% chance we get a game 3 out of this.
Yeah, I would say it's pretty likely. So, will we be seeing another 2-gate? Because cross-map the 2-gate definitely ain't gonna be so good.
No. Part of me wants to say, like, oh, well, based on the pylon placement and everything, this is gonna be a 1-gate gas.
Ooh.
Which
They're both taking 11 gas. Okay. Well, when you take an 11 gas, there's a possibility for DTs on. So.
Yes. When in doubt,
Could
DTs
be.
out.
Could be on.
And if these guys Protoss operate.
Yeah. I mean, the 11 gas doesn't necessarily mean DTs, but it kind of helps you optimize for it if that was your plan.
Yeah. And we've obviously seen Razz loves he plays DTs. We've seen it today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious if Dexter would follow up with DTs as well.
I mean, they both took an 11 gas. It's not like they definitely will both go DTs, but the likelihood went up quite a bit.
Yeah. The possibility is now there, and I'm invested.
Yeah. Can you imagine? Oh, God. Both of them going DTs would be insane.
All right, Zealot on the ramp.
Well, they both get a block as well. So, I mean, the stars are aligning for something like a DT play.
Don't get my hopes up like this. There's a chance.
Yeah, well, we'll find out very soon.
Oh, interesting. Did not realize there was a spike.
Being a
You
little
get the
bit
probe in to
cheeky.
get those hits.
Yeah, I mean, it won't get in because obviously the Dragoon's going to be coming soon, but...
Yeah.
Okay, well, the way he's built his pylons makes me think Dexter wants to go Robo close to the ramp, but we'll see.
Yeah, neither of them have committed to anything yet.
There's still time. It's before 4 minutes. There's like
Yeah,
a
it's gonna
Robo
be a
from
Robo.
Dexter towards the ramp. Yeah, I think so. What about Razz, though?
Robo.
Yeah, both of them. Yeah, both of them. Okay.
Yawn. Come on, we could have had a great PvP here.
Yeah. This is gonna be a nice little standard, slugging it out with the 1-gate Robo and to expand from both players, I think.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Both players neck and neck in supply. Honestly, though, you look at the board, that tells me that Dexter has a
Ooh.
few extra probes.
So Razz is doing a safe 3-gate. So it's actually some variation now, because Dexter's going to go, looks like a standard build, where he wants to get a very fast expansion, but Razz is basically doing a 3-gate with an observer in case it's DTs. So it's
Yeah.
a slightly slower 3-gate, but same principle as a 3-gate.
Yeah, I mean, based on what he scouted, and let's be honest here, the game he's played earlier, I don't blame him for being safe.
It does mean that there's possibility of punishing Dexter. It is cross map, so you've got a few seconds shaved off your attack timing, but since it's a 1-gate Robo, you can punish this with 3-gate Observer. There's definitely a window to do that. It's not easy, but it's possible.
Yeah, we'll see if he finds it. Dexter's going to expand behind this, so if there was ever a window,
Yeah.
we're sitting in it right now.
Yeah, this is exactly what I expected out of Dexter, and Razz will be lined up to maybe go for a punish on this. We'll see how the micro ends up turning out.
Yeah.
We will have a Reaver for Dexter to defend with, but there should be a crazy amount of Dragoons for Razz to shove it down in the natural soon.
All right, this is going to get scouted by a probe.
I mean, that's 2-gate worth of goons, technically, if he did non-stop production, so he doesn't know for sure this is a 3-gate, but the
Yeah.
aggression of the goons does kind of signal a 3-gate, so he should be able to figure this out.
All right.
So he didn't see all 7 Dragoons with the probe, so he doesn't know for sure, but he can start
Yeah.
to piece it together a little bit. Maybe want to make an AI pylon or something.
We're going to try and wedge ourselves down here, but this is right as the Reaver comes down the ramp. Ooh.
Well, that's a big scarab hit.
We get the observer, though. Oh, is there
Yeah,
a world where we get
Reaver's
this?
getting low with a bit of luck. Reaver's just 2-shot from dying.
Oh, we're hitting the Nexus. 200 damage. That could have been on anything else. A good Reaver hit to end it.
Yeah, he did get some pretty damn good scarabs to start that fight, so Dexter is gonna hold, and Razz will have to relegate to just taking his own expansion behind this. Really good start for Dexter.
Yeah. Very nice. We're going to start with a good hold. And hopefully we can turn this into a victory. Our Nexus is up and running while Razz is still cooking. And the safe
Yeah.
build did not really get anything accomplished.
Yeah, he's gonna plop down an AI pylon in front. Should be pretty tight at holding anything else from now on. Razz has pretty much lost his window.
Yeah.
Did kill the Reaver, but didn't really accomplish anything else.
One thing I love about Brood War is that like an AI pylon's a thing. Is that you drop a pylon,
Yeah.
it's a known strategy of how to deal with the game's AI. And I think that's
Mhm.
super unique. That things like Brood War has things like that. And a lot of other games don't.
Yeah, well, in a way, like the jankiness of Brood War is why it's so good, because it kind of forces you to have to be such a skilled user to overcome the jankiness with like
Yeah.
manual commands.
And that's why we're still able to discover things today. Like, we discovered Valkyries can fire, what, 3 years ago, basically? Like, we figured out how to make Valkyries work relatively recently in a game that's been out for a quarter of a century.
Yeah, well, I mean, there were some value in Valkyries back in the day, but we didn't have we had sprite limit issues, so like things like carriers weren't ideal when there was lots of units on the map. So sometimes there'd be situations where your Valkyries just wouldn't fire properly and what have you.
Yeah, I remember playing all the UMS games. Like, unit limit exceeded on the map. It's like sprite limit. You're like, oh, what is this? It's like, oh yeah, the engine just can't do more. Good luck.
Computer says no on.
Computer says no. I use that a little too much in my job.
I think Dexter's just going to be able to spot a pylon down here. I don't think he's going to expand yet.
No, that'd be a little crazy for an expansion.
Yeah, it would be very crazy. We have seen some very spicy PvPs today, but I doubt he's going to get that crazy on us all of a sudden.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're not to that level of spicy.
Nope. Okay, well, Dexter's going to start moving out. He's more likely to try and expand in the next minute after he's already moved out and seen that he's doing pretty good on the scale of power here with how many Dragoons he's got relative to Razz. He should be able to win this fight.
Yeah, we come in here. Razz is very clumped up, but he managed to get his Dragoons out of the line first. Oh, was that a hit? No, that was a miss.
No, those some massive scarabs from Dexter.
Oh,
he's doing a great job against Razz's army. Yeah, this is rough. Like, Dexter's definitely going to want to expand now. He knows how far ahead he is.
Yeah,
Razz
or
is
he
even just going to tap out.
Yeah, or he just win. GG's.
Well, we're all tied up now, 1-1.
Right.
We did think that was going to happen.
Yeah. And game 3. All right. It looks like Dexter needs a minute to go to the bathroom and get ready for the final game between him and Razz. All right.
Seems like Razz wants Sylphid as the final map, since we are doing loser pick in the best of 3.
Yeah. Sylphid's an interesting choice for a PvP. And it's not the worst map, but it's, I don't know.
It's great for the aggressive builds. So like Proxy Gates is good here, Free Gate Goon is good here, DT is good here.
Yeah.
So yeah, the full range of play can be on display now on Sylphid.
Do we think we're gonna get
PvP goes?
Get like a Proxy 99 or something here from Razz?
I don't think so, but if you're gonna do it on any map, this is one of the maps to do it on.
Yeah. I would love to see. You can do it in the little fake high ground to get a 50-50 on your proxy.
Yeah, it's funny. Like we saw Mini do that to Bisu recently. He 50-50'd and guessed wrong and still beat Bisu with the proxy gates. You're usually being hyper aggressive, trying to box in the gateways and try and build like a pylon wall around the gateways with shield batteries as well. It gets pretty intense.
Yeah.
Well, both players are ready, guys. Game 3 to decide the fate of Razz and Dexter on Sylphid. Spawning here in the 12 o'clock position, the red Protoss, Razz. And his opponent down here in the bottom left, the blue Protoss, Dexter.
All right, as we get into this match, I want a couple of quick shout outs, guys. One, we are at 999 followers and 99 subscribers, which is just beautiful.
Ooh.
So close to tipping back into 100, plus 1,000 followers, would be kind of nuts. Secondly,
Nice.
and more importantly, CS LAN's officially got dates and times and locations, guys. It is going to be August 15th and 16th. It's the grand finals of our IPSL season for both of them, winter and spring. So make sure you check that out. Exclamation mark CS LAN in the chat. You get all the information and details you could want.
Sick. Sounds good, huh?
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. We the original dates that I wanted, the venue wasn't able to do, so we finally got it rescheduled. We've got Striker's already bought his flight. He's already told me. He was asking me about it like a month ago, and I'm like, all right, this is what we're looking at. He's like, all right, I'll be there. Cool. All right.
Nice.
Artie's already confirmed he'll be there. G5 is looking to come. Him and I have been talking.
Nice.
Sony's looking to come. So
Sick, man.
yeah, if you want to see, high level NA gaming, this is gonna be the place to do it. And obviously, we'll have invites for DeWalt, Zeke, Bond the Dragon, all have invites, so we'll see what they can do.
I think Adi has said in the past that that's the thing he likes most about StarCraft is the offline events.
It's so much fun. If you've never been to an offline event, trust me when I say it is worth it. Everyone who's come to a CS LAN has always said that offline is truly magical, for lack of any other way of putting it.
Yeah, I haven't been to a LAN party in a long time, but I do remember the magic from quite a few years ago. Going to LANs is definitely different. You should guys at least do it once in your life.
Absolutely. There's something different about sitting down with everyone after a bunch of StarCraft, eating some food, having a drink or two, and just shooting the crap, It's such a good feeling. And you also learn all the pros are actually just people that love to hang out and talk. Like just standing around talking with Striker. I know, right? Weird. Yeah, so make sure you check it out. Love to see you all there. Currently at a $2,500 prize pool. We are trying to see if we can increase that. I'm waiting for some answers and some people to call me back, but it might be an even bigger event than we can hope for.
Hey, that's a pretty nice purse already, I would say. Well done.
Yes. Well, the hope is that it's just a big fun tournament. Everyone gets to come out, enjoy some StarCraft.
Yeah.
That's really the best part.
I think at the end of the day secret to life is just experiences, right? And there's not many experiences that can quite compare to that.
That is 100% well said. There's just experiences you gotta have in life, in my opinion. And if you're a StarCraft fan, StarCraft in person is that experience. Whether you can be the lucky people that make it to Korea and watch an ASL in person, which is cool and all, but you're not gonna have a conversation with them. You're not gonna go out and get Korean barbecue afterwards with the pros unless you speak a good amount of Korean and are very lucky. But here it's like, oh yeah,
True.
Striker, Artosis, if we can get G5, Tim, Nash. Yeah, we're all gonna get Korean barbecue. We're all gonna get burgers, or we're all gonna go out and grab a couple drinks.
Yeah, it's a little good time.
Yeah. But anyway, this is 3 gate goon.
Well, yeah, I was about to say, getting into this game, it's a 3-gate goon from Razz, definitely wanting to ramp up the aggression, and definitely one of the better maps to go for a play like that. But Dexter, he's playing a bit safe. He's going 2-gate robo, so he will technically have a decent chance at defending against the 3-gate.
Yeah, Razz's window is going to be small, but if he can hit it, there's a good chance he can snap Dexter in.
Yeah, especially if Dexter's getting aggressive right now. Oh, he's in trouble. This is a false high ground as well, so there's no mischance as he runs down a Dragoon of Dexter. He's going to sacrifice the Zealot to buy some retreat time for himself. He's going to have to bunker down inside the main base. There's definitely an opportunity for Razz to run it down on him and maybe even get a quick win.
Yeah, you can't sacrifice a goon like that at the start. You really just can't afford these kinds of losses. Someone's doing something that's aggressive.
Small mistake from Razz. He's got an idle goon in the natural.
Yeah, a little bit of a bad rally here,
back.
it looks like.
Yeah, that could actually cost him because he really needs every numerical advantage he can. He's going to try and pounce on top of the gateway production now. Does get a good target fire on one of the Dragoons of Dexter. Probes coming off the line as well. If only Razz had this additional goon on the way, I think this would be an easier fight for him. As it stands, Dexter can stabilize this with the use of the probe, boxing in those goons and making them absolutely glitch out, not able to fire. Oh my days.
That was such a good attack, and then just the 2 goons sat over here, did nothing.
Yeah, and Razz only just now noticed that idle Dragoon. He's really lost his attack timing now. Ugh, that's rough. Like, Dexter is so far ahead on the curve.
Yeah, this is wonderful for Dexter. He's got his tech up quicker. The Reaver's going to be out here before the next attack can come on in.
Yeah.
Not a great spot to find yourself in.
Not at all, yeah, I mean, that definitely was a chance for Razz to break him, especially if he did have that idle Dragoon brought to the front in a timely manner. Could have been a dead Dexter right now, but as it stands, we'll stabilize. We'll get this Reaver out. And this could be Razz eliminated from the IPSL if he can't find something to make work soon. He's got 7 Dragoons that he could try and see if he can bust Dexter with right now, but there is now a Reaver with 6 Dragoons, 1 on low HP. So Dexter should hold this, especially with the AI pylon.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot that you can pick at this pylon, you can maybe even try and grab this egg, but at the end of the day, that's going to keep you from doing anything.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. Like, I think that was a real shot for Razz to beat him with this bust timing, but made a bit of a blunder with one of the rallies or something. Got 2 of his goons bugged out against the probes. Now I don't think there's much hope for him turning this into a win from now.
Yeah, I think you have to try and expand here if you want to have some amount of momentum going forward, but there's no look for that,
I mean,
it seems.
So Razz can expand and hope that Dexter makes a mistake. Like, Dexter tries to break out of this contain and, like, gets his Reaver sniped easily or something. Like,
yeah,
maybe there's hope for Razz, but
beautiful arch.
Yeah, it's something. But the Reavers are going to try and stab out now. Let's see if Razz can pounce onto one of these Reavers and pick it off. He's going to try for that now. Does target one of them down, but loses 3 Dragoons for his effort.
Yes, getting 1's a nice start, but there's still 1 here, full health and happy and ready to kill you.
Yeah, it's so hard to transition from this spot as Razz. I want to point out, like, you need to get so lucky on the trades, and look what Dexter can do. He can elevator out some goons on a flank as well.
Here, though. So now he sees this, he knows it's a possibility. He's gonna go shut this down.
Yeah.
Problem is taking away 4 goons
Dexter
from your...
to break out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. This might trigger Dexter to break out. Ooh. Shuttle gets targeted. Shuttle gets taken out.
That's how you keep yourself in the game.
Away. Yeah, and he's got some zealots showing up as well. Oh my gosh, can you imagine if Razz still manages to pull a win out of the bag right now? That was almost enough of a blunder for Razz to actually turn this into a win.
Can you imagine if he had listened to me and expanded instead of pushing this more? He would have lost. Guaranteed.
But he's still not out of the woods yet. There's another Reaver at the choke point. I was going to try and see if he can pounce on that one as well. It's a bit too deep for that.
Scarab's going to actually connect? Or
no, that was a dud.
Yeah, I was going to say, were they just that low to begin with?
Yeah. Okay, he's going to go for it. See if he can get 4 Dragoons targeting down that Reaver. Will get the Reaver. Has got a couple of Zealots to tank as well. Bit of an interesting fight, especially with the 3 Dragoons of Dexter stranded inside the natural expansion. Oh, very precarious situation that Dexter's found himself in. He has got another Reaver out, though. Yeah. Ooh. Pretty good Scarab. Razz has got to be so careful. One tiny misstep and this is over.
Yeah, look how wounded some of these goons are.
Doing a pretty good job of splitting the goons from not taking too much scarab damage, but dxtr still winning out on the trade.
All right. And dxtr will stabilize here, but this is... Oh. He wanted that. That was a little greedy, but I respect it.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, we finally allowed dxtr to try and expand and has got the tech advantage, but Razz is slowly caught up. He's got a robo and support bay himself, but he has pretty much lost all of his dragoons, so who knows? Maybe he can somehow drag this game out longer and longer and turn it into a win. It's not like he's definitely going to lose this or anything, but there's a clear advantage for dxtr.
Yeah. I think Razz has still a decent shot, but it's hard because he got pushed back. He's now down a Reaver. He's down at the next is gonna finish clear for dxtr. It's just
well, when you fail the initial attack, you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, because if you slow down and try and expand, then you're not producing units, and suddenly they will start out producing you, and you lose all of your tempo. So you're kind of forced to run it down no matter what. Oh, look at this though from dxtr. He's going to try and do some massive counter damage of a Reaver inside the main base of Razz. Tries to get a big scarab off. Looks like this one will dud out.
Yeah.
But could go for round 2 in the natural.
He's definitely going to try.
Oh. Okay, only one. That's not terrible. Razz is technically alive. He's not doing well, but he's alive.
Yep. Oh.
Oh gosh. Oh no.
We've lost so much mining time just with this shuttle flying around.
Yeah, yeah. He's gonna get it eventually, but yeah, the damage is pretty exponential that he's forced this amount of lost mining time. I mean, Razz is already behind the curve of the game. He can't really sustain this level of punishment. dxtr's army looks so scary in comparison.
Yeah, it feels like dxtr just really played his way out of the position real well, and now he's in the lead.
I mean, you could attribute it just to the, the idle goon and the natural not on a proper rally point or what have you. 2 goons getting bugged out against the probes. Like, this could look like a much different game if those 2 things didn't happen.
True. All right, we were thinking about going out. Not anymore.
Well, he can work this choke point on the false high ground as dxtr tries to come down it.
Yeah.
That's a good strategy here. Kind of force dxtr to go around if he wants to continue. Oh, Reaver jump in the main.
Oh, as a Reaver
Even
pops
gonna be getting some damage.
No.
Yeah, getting some damage on that Reaver. Lost mining time and damage on the Reaver. This is slowly gonna be a loss for Razz at this moment. I just can't see a way for him back in this game unless dxtr like move commands into him by mistake or something.
Yeah.
Razz gonna go for a Hail Mary wrap around, knowing that the Reavers are out of position, see if he can get an engagement going and get a utility advantage of having these 2 Reavers in position. Some beautiful scarab connections should make a difference. Does get one pretty good one. Here come the Reavers though. Now for dxtr. Should be able to shut these down for Razz and easily picks up one of those Reavers. Shuttle's so low as well. Slight goon advantage for dxtr. Should reign supreme.
Yeah, this should be it, basically. We're down double supply. We crushed this army. Razz should know at this point. Unfortunately, for how well he played, he's just gonna have to be satisfied with just being a dad instead of being a dad and a round of 16 player.
Consolation prize, right?
Consolation prize 9 months in the making. GG's.
GG.
Well
And so
played.
Dexter will be joining nOmaD in that round of 16. Some pretty well played PvPs today. It was a little bit spicy, a little bit different. Even had some couple of longer macro games.
Yeah, it was a great day of games, I think. Like, genuinely,
Yeah.
everyone played super well today. Sorry, that thought had another sentence to it, and I have no idea what it was because I was working with Dexter to get him in here for an interview.
Nice. Yeah, it'd be nice to hear from the man himself.
Yes. But, I mean, he's had one heck of a roller coaster today, so I'm curious to see what he thinks about it. Getting knocked into the losers match, beating WolFix, and fighting it out with Razz
Yeah.
here, all 3 games.
Yeah, it's definitely not been a smooth ride for him. It's been a bit bumpy in his group.
Yes. Man, all right. Should be coming here. He said yes, so.
Okay.
All right. He's trying to. There's a voice chat. It's called Player VC. It's like just join the one that says Player VC. But there's only so much I can do. Discord's a
Maybe he
hard thing
doesn't
to
know
work.
VC stands for voice chat. I don't know.
That's possible. But here he comes. The man, the myth, the legend. It is Dexter. How are you today?
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Hey, what's up?
Yep.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Nice.
Congrats.
How are you feeling
first of
after
all.
those games today?
Oh, good. I won, so at least a second spot, so it's fine.
You're out. We made it.
How did you feel after dropping down to the losers? Because I think a lot of people had you as a favorite for this group.
It was a hard group, but the first game against Razz, it was my mistake, so I was a little bit tilted. But it's PvP.
Yeah. How do you feel about PvP in general, like compared to your other matchups?
Actually, pretty nice. I like PvP. I
Okay.
mean, usually the better player wins if you make the right decisions. You have the right micro and
Yeah.
macro, then usually you win.
You said usually for a reason there, I feel like. What do you
No,
think about the best of one? Your best of one to start the
I
day
like
off.
it. I like this format because you can always have surprises. Even if the players are not that good, they have a
Mm.
chance in best of one.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think people feel the same way about ASL for that reason. The round of 24 is so brutal, but also means those underdog players can surprise everyone, right?
Yeah, it's very dynamic. Like even the players, the players which are not that good have a chance. In best of 3 and best of 5, just it looks different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how long have you been playing StarCraft for? When did you first start?
1999.
Okay, you're one of
Damn.
those
99.
guys. Yeah,
Been around
nice.
forever.
Yeah.
Real OGs up in here.
Oh, I don't
Have
think
you?
there are new players playing Brood War right now. I mean, most of the people are above 30, so
Yeah, age-wise, that's definitely true. It's just a matter of when you started playing Brood War, I guess.
yeah.
Have you been a Protoss player forever, or did you used to play other
I've
races?
been forever the easy race. The other races are too hard to play.
Ape since
Nice.
99. Let's go.
Do you play any other games besides StarCraft, or you just a StarCraft man?
Yeah, I play Diablo.
Oh,
2
nice.
and 4.
Classic.
Diablo 2?
Sorry?
You played Diablo 2, did you say?
Yeah, Diablo 1, 2, 3, 4, actually. There are
Okay.
The
What's your
first
favorite
man.
out of all of those?
the favorite, I guess,
Yeah.
E2R.
Yeah.
The E2 LOD, the before remastered.
Okay.
Nice. What classes do you like to play?
Hammered in.
Oh, Hamadin, you're one of those
Easy one.
guys. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Did you play hardcore at all, or you just a chill guy?
No, just softcore.
Oh, okay, okay. Not too spicy then.
No, I don't know. I mean, hardcore, there is a charm, but you die and then you start over. I don't know. I'm not a fan of it.
Oh,
I
fair
mean, you have
enough.
some lag spike or just internet goes down, you die
Yeah,
again.
yeah. That's the only bad thing about hardcore is like dying to technical issues. I personally don't mind dying if it's like just skill issue, but yeah, it sucks if you die to lag or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Blizzard are not famous with their servers.
Truer words have never been spoken, Dexter. Well, what do you love about StarCraft so much, and what keeps you playing the game for so long and coming to compete in tournaments like this?
The dynamic of the game. Yeah, every game is more or less different.
No,
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
And it's hard. It's not easy. Basically,
right.
I'm playing so since like 20 years, and I'm still pretty bad.
I think a lot of people are in that position. Honestly, it seems like a continued grind. Like you strive for perfection, but never ever reach it. Right?
Yeah.
Well, I think there's only one player who's good at this game, and his name's Flash. So if you're not Flash, I think it's fine to accept that we're all still trying to get good at this game.
Yeah, that's one thing I love about it is like even at the highest of level, there's still very wide skill different margins. You know, it's insane how high the skill ceiling is. It seems infinite in every direction. But
Yeah,
thinking
the gap between Koreans and non-Koreans is huge. I mean, the gap between the top foreigners and the normal ones is big. And then if you look at the Korean pros, I mean, there's also levels with the Koreans, but the top
yeah,
pros, they're just, I don't know. It doesn't make for me. I've played with some pros and just not fun. I don't
I
have
think
fun with playing
I
with them.
think I think most of it was because of like the information style of thing, where in the sense of like as a foreigner we didn't have access to the wealth of knowledge or having good translations to even know what the Koreans were thinking about and theory crafting with their builds and what have you. Like we can know what they are doing at what time, but understanding exactly why they are doing that and the nuances of why you wouldn't do that in some you know what I mean? Like we don't really have a complete picture. We're kind of just guessing.
Oh, I cannot keep with their mechanics. I mean, they just win with mechanics. I just cannot keep up.
Yeah. So who do you want to get in the next round? You've kind of got like 3 Protosses
I
and
don't care. I really
Zeki.
don't care.
You don't care?
I mean, they're gonna destroy me either way. So
Not the best mentality, Dexter. I hope you can
Nah,
find some more confidence in yourself.
well, I'm playing for fun, so
Well,
yeah,
I'm
fair
hey,
happy
enough.
that I advanced. So
playing for
I
fun
mean, it's a
isn't the
game
worst
at the end
thing.
of the day. Yeah, this is a
yeah,
game at the end of the day, right? So
yeah,
having fun is the most important part.
yeah.
Any questions on?
No, I think you about covered it. Thank you very much. Thanks for playing. Congrats. You made it out. I did not expect you and WolFix to be the losers match, but
I also
sometimes the
wasn't
group's a little
expecting
weird.
WolFix to lose to nOmaD. I
Yeah.
mean, I guess he's rusty and it's not his day.
He
Yeah.
just doesn't
Otherwise, I'm
practice,
pretty
right?
sure WolFix is gonna destroy nOmaD any
I
other
think
day.
I think if WolFix actually bothered to play a few games to practice, he would be beating a lot more people more often.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. I mean, when you play, you usually get better, and when you don't play,
Crazy.
Crazy.
Oh, that's a hot take right
Absolutely
here.
unhinged hot take right there. I'm not sure WolFix would agree.
Well,
Well, thanks so much. Is
yes.
he still
Thanks,
there?
guys, for the tourney
Yeah.
and for
Do
the
you have
commentary.
Do you have any words for any potential fans out there that have been following your journey?
Not really, just have fun, play the game, or watch the game. Have fun.
Heck yeah.
Nice, nice. Thank
All
you
right.
so much for coming in and
GG's.
talking with us. Good luck in the rest of your
Thanks,
tournament, man.
guys.
Have a good one.
Bye bye.
Oh man, what a great group today. Honestly, I think this is probably the most fun group we've had in a while. Very not. We had upsets. We had a lot of crazy games. We had a lot of macro games where we didn't really expect macro games. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
I think it's easy to say this was a group that delivered.
Yeah, no, it was very fun, very spicy, and I'm glad we got to see DT versus DT. I didn't expect that. Happy to see a little bit of a dynamic range in the PvP lineup.
Yeah.
Don't always get to see it. You know, sometimes it's just players sitting back going Goon Reaver, and not much else is happening.
Yes. But that's what you get over here at the IPSL. Oh, anything else you'd like to
Mhm.
say before we close out?
Uh, Thank you so much for tuning in. It's an absolute pleasure to be here to cast alongside Arn and bring you coverage of these great games. And big shout out to Arn for basically doing a lot of community service, you know, creating more tournaments for you guys to not only watch and enjoy at home, but also the players to compete for prize pool and get to have fun while doing so, and also hosting those offline tournaments. Big respect to you, my guy.
Thank you very much.
Don't miss the ASL. Go over to ASL English on the Super Live platform. We'll be streaming the ASL Group C live. That's going to be Bisu, Flash, Jadong, and Ample on Monday. You can check the Liquipedia page for ASL 21 to see what the actual start time is for that, if you're not sure. And
Yep.
yeah, thanks so much.
All right. GG's, everyone. You all have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow with another great group. But until then.